Oh man.
Hello?
Back department? Are we so?
We are utterly so. We are so back. It is Wednesday, July 15th, and this is Midweek Machamps Volume 25. 25, y'all. We are coming up swiftly on our a year anniversary of Midweek Machamps.
26. The next one would probably be it, yeah?
The next one will be technically, I think, because we missed a week or so somewhere in like March or April or whatever. But yeah, we're right around that mark. So happy anniversary, Ricky.
Likewise. How do you feel about it? 1 year of this?
It feels good. When you and I originally decided we wanted to do this program, we mostly just had a lot in common with our approach to cards, the hobby. At that time, you weren't full-time, but I was. But so much has changed since then. Both of us are doing a lot more now than we were then, and
yeah,
so much has changed in the background. But we're still enjoying it because we love hanging out with the people here and talking about the market, the business, and the cards.
Yep. Agreed, man. Yeah, it's been fun. You and I just talked the other day about, hey, like 1 year check-in, the private conversations that happened sort of in prep for this. And I said, hey, look, 1 year check-in, like it's ours we can keep going. We could do it less often. We could do it more often. We could change nothing. We could change everything. We could stop all of it. Like, what do you want to do? And you and I agreed, like, yeah, we like this. This is a corner of what we do and of our community that we actually love.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because at the end of the day, we like the cards. We like all the PC goals, helping people find the cards that they're looking for. And I'm just going to keep doing that.
Same.
Yeah.
Same, man. Should we recap what we did last time?
Yeah, actually, I was kind of watching that VOD a little bit today from 2 weeks ago. And then I also watched Pokestop Will's most recent video he put out. He's such a good dude. It was so cool to have him on.
It was. I saw some chat in our Discord about that video, but I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know the details of some people.
Yeah, there was like there was some interaction he had with somebody who was like trying to buy for repack or something, and the negotiation went kind of sour.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was one of those things that caught on camera and makes everyone kind of feel a type of way when they're watching it. So it can kind of get some comments and eyeballs and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that and form my own opinion on that. But yeah, it was a blast to have Will. I told people afterwards, like, we've had a lot of great guests on, but I thought that was I particularly enjoyed that episode because we kind of peeled back the curtain on high end and international and things that are often a little bit gate-kept and not really talked about openly in quite the same way as like, highly transacted low-end modern cards or whatever. There's a lot of information on that. It's relatively easy to learn that, but to hear from somebody who has the experience that he does was it was awesome. It was great.
He's one of those people, and I did a Chompcast with him, I think.
That's right.
Over a year ago now. And so he's always been someone that has been very open with talking about his experience and his approach to the hobby. Really good guy. So shout out Will. W Will in the chat. So we have a really interesting topic today that we're going to get into because it's all the rage on the internet today in the hobby to discuss the best gold stars. And Ricky and I are going to be going head to head, figuring out the best gold star tier list. It's definitive. It's just right. And so just be okay knowing that we're only going to be spewing facts that you cannot debate on this here program.
It's going to be good to finally settle the discussion around what is truly the best and definitive gold star.
Yeah, this will be the last time anyone ever talks about it, actually.
It will be. It's great to be able to put it to bed too. So we're honored to get to do that.
So before then, though, we've got some really cool stuff to show off. Personal collection stuff, big deals. I know like it's summer slowdown, and so like a lot of people are selling, which means Ricky and I have been spending all of our money. And so we've got some cool deals to talk about. Why don't you go first there?
You want to start with deals or you want to start with PC?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. PC first.
We usually do PC first. So normally we do something that we picked up recently, and I actually don't think I've made any major PC changes since the last stream. I had that big Crystal Lugia pickup, and I talked about the Chinese cards already. So I don't think much has really changed in 2 weeks, but I thought it would be fun to show you all my wife's binder.
Yes.
So I'll flip through it a little bit. Maybe we'll do this.
Is that a holo card ass or non-holo?
This one is the non-holo.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if there is a holo variant of that exact card. I don't think there is. So she loves Vaporeon, as you can see. That was her favorite Mon growing up. I think the Jungle Holo at the front is from her childhood collection. And then she loves dogs in real life and also not in real life, and also doing food themes. So food
themed dogs are perfect.
Food themed dogs are huge for that. Yeah. So Fido and Doc Spun make their way in. Yeah, so you kind of get the vibe. Like there's a lot of just cute bulk dog cards and stuff like that. It's funny, like some of these. Yeah, my wife is watching upstairs. I did not tell her that I was going to show off her,
she's like, hey, that's mine. I want that.
Hey, yeah, I like that stuff. It's funny, like some of these cards actually have like some of these Shaman promos, because you just think Shaman is cute. So it's sort of like just cute stuff and food themes and all that. And some of these Shaman cards and some of the Vaporeons have like real value, which is kind of funny. Like we never look at we don't track this in collector or anything like that.
Careful, Melissa. If that binder gets to be worth over 5,000, you have a business no matter what you think about
it. You heard it here. You heard it here from Jake. Doubling down Jar Chomp.
Yes. What's up, Blast Boost? How are you? What up, Krabby's Cards? Thanks for being here. Yes, it was great to meet you. Hopefully you'll get to meet Ricky in the future. And yes, Ricky, that binder is fabulous. It reminds me of the Mew binder we made for Fran. So cool to just kind of find those over time. And yeah, there's nothing quite like getting your significant other into the hobby a little bit.
Totally. She grew up on Pokemon, so there was no convincing her. Like when we first started dating, it was like right toward the tail end of the mania around Pogo. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people had stopped playing it, but she was still like obsessively playing Pogo. So yeah, I mean, I was absolutely done for from pretty much the first date, but she wasn't collecting the cards. So yeah, it is a fun thing that we kind of get to share.
I love it. It's like it was fated that you'd become just an utterly Pokemon person.
Yeah, I know. It is. It was all destiny, man. It feels that way some days.
Yeah, it was Neo Destiny. Anyways,
oh my god.
Okay, so this is one of those streams where the big deal / like PC pickup are kind of similar, because part of a really big deal. In fact, I think technically our biggest single deal ever that we have done in our business history was this past weekend at New Jersey Collecticon. And part of that deal included a bunch of vintage booster boxes. And I did some OYA math in my brain to convince myself that I was in good enough on some of these items to keep them for some period of time and to claim that they're in my personal collection. So what we have here in my PC currently is a first edition Jungle booster box.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. So the seller was kind of a middleman person doing a deal like on behalf of a family friend who used to own like a comic shop, or maybe still does, or something like that. But they had these from way back in the day, and we're just looking to cash out. And so we got a couple of boxes. Yeah, Blast Boost was there for that deal. Cool. Let's just say there was a crowd around the table just watching me count stacks of $10,000 bills, or 10,001 worth of $100 bills.
Yes.
Sorry. And yeah, it was crazy because you know, before you go to a big show, sometimes people will reach out to you and want to do like a prearranged deal and that kind of stuff. And in my experience, those deals actually kind of follow through to, the transaction happening, maybe like what, 10-20% of the time, depending on how much you've gone back and forth.
Yeah.
And
Somewhere around
so
20. Sounds right.
yeah. And so in this case, like, there's a bazillion people out there who would be interested in vintage booster boxes. And luckily, we were able to find the right number for both parties, and the boxes were in great shape. And so I got this one, and then also a Fossil Unlimited where my numbers are good enough to where I feel like I can hold on to them for a bit and put my money where my mouth is, because I did say a couple programs ago that I think that sealed vintage still is a hot commodity going forward.
Love it. Congrats, man.
Thank you. We'll see. We'll see if this is like the second or third step in just a degenerate collection of booster boxes that absolutely cripples my business. It sure feels good in the moment, though.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see how it works out for you, man. How long do you think you're going to hold on to them realistically?
No idea. No idea. I have no plans, but it's the kind of thing where, like, it's kind of cool to have like a handful of like just higher end items that if you needed to get a serious influx of cash into the business, that you could do that, and have it be basically, one transaction for that to happen. Break it on a stream. You know what? I haven't ruled that out. So, I haven't ruled out the idea of having some sort of a stream box break in the future. I have a couple of boxes now that would be worthy of that kind of event. So who knows? Maybe one day, if we ever hit 200K YouTube subs, maybe we'll do a little vintage box break or something like that.
Whoa. Wow. The incentive has never been greater to get you to 200K. What are you at? You're at like 186 or 187?
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. Good. Yeah. Well, congrats. I guess that's going to be your notable deal?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Then I'll start with the notable deal. My notable deal is, you kind of alluded to this, and we're going to talk more about this later in the program, but on July 3rd, I had my single biggest Pokemon spending day ever, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I bought out 2 collections, one locally and then one that was shipped to me. And people are selling their collections right now. I'm getting approached more than ever before. And I think a lot of that has to do with summer.
Yeah.
So like, it's a thing that people want to cash out. They are more Poke rich than ever before, and they want to go on a vacation or whatever it might be over the summer. So it makes sense. One thing I'll say is that, like, I took these collections. I took a lot of I said yes to a lot of the things I was offered. And so now I'm low on cash and can't take in all the other things I'm subsequently getting offered, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I also feel like probably just a learning as we're sort of like building in public with this audience, especially, is that I feel like I probably over-index slightly in those collections on taking in modern sealed and singles.
Yes.
I kind of have a lot of those now, more than I like to have. Those are the 2 categories of things that I almost like dealing in. I don't dislike dealing in them, but I am more passionate about the vintage and the mid era and the higher end slabs. And I find that sort of stuff exciting.
Of course. But more people have the modern stuff. So just probability is that you're going to get offered more of those collections.
I think that's exactly what's happening. So we'll talk more about that. But I think in the very short term, I'll probably have to be a little bit more selective in my sourcing over the next like 4 to 8 weeks, as I'm kind of selling off some of the stuff that I took in. But 2 major collection buyouts on a single day, about $80,000 of Pokemon cards entered my life in a 6-hour period. So
it's amazing how fast you can go from, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with our cash balance, to I need to replenish this now or we're going under.
Can literally happen instantly. And you feel that way, especially. I feel that way way more now that I am an S Corp and I have JT and we have payrolls.
Yep.
There's just this mandatory, like, low 5-figure amount of money that if I don't have, I have to find a way to have that available every 2 weeks, like clockwork, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
Yeah.
And that's why when we were in Jersey, it felt like every other person sold me something, and every time I bought it, I would turn around and tell River and Trey, "We have no more money. We're not buying
No more
anything
buying.
else."
Yeah. Yeah. I said the same thing to JT the other day. I was like, hey, no modern we're not buying modern singles right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if someone wants, like, offer us a ridiculous percentage, we can't say
That's
no
the thing.
but
That's the thing. And this is, you know, where the chat can be the arbiter of our morality. But like, people would come to the table. I have already bought all the things that I needed to buy in New Jersey and some. And people were like, hey, like, I really want to sell this. And it's like, listen, I don't want this. But like, I also know that if you need to dump it in this moment to
Right.
me, I'll throw out a number, but just know that someone might in this room pay better
Yeah.
than me. But this is the number I'm willing to do based on how much I've bought this weekend. And some of the people were like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, awesome, don't. And then some people were like, yeah, let's just do it. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So you just never know what situation people are in. And yes, right now we are heavily indexed into cards and less into cash.
Yeah. Yep. It's an interesting balance to strike for sure.
Yeah, and once again, shout out Blast Boost. Always pleasure to see you at the New Jersey CollectCon. Blast Boost came out, and I think he bought almost every Blastoise that I had, except for like some extra base set Blastoises that I had like duplicates of. But it was just and before he did that, he just like did his Blastoise spread of all his slabs on the desk or on the table, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" It was a cool moment. Shout out Blast Boost.
Blast Boost is a serious Blastoise connoisseur. It is not. It's not an act.
Yeah, that's
very
right.
serious about it.
Collect what you love.
Oh, and very, I think, particular typically on the raw cards, like, wants them to be clean. So I'd imagine maybe your base set Blastoises that he didn't take, because I'm pretty sure he takes doubles and triples and quintuples of everything.
Oh yeah. He's every card he bought from me, he already had 2 of them in his binder. But yeah, he wanted them nice and clean.
Implode, who's often in the chat and good contributor in our Discord, says, funny how that works. In the same situation, took in a couple collections, now I'm cash light, summer timing. Yeah, definitely feels like it's a summer thing. We'll talk a little bit more on summer slowdown or not, but maybe Jake, you tell us your since apparently your favorite or notable deal was not the Jungle first edition Jungle box.
You mean sorry, I won't even.
Just manga. Yeah, come on. No need to flex. We got it.
Yeah, you got it. You understand. So I was excited about the deal. I mean, vintage boxes coming up at the table is so cool. But yeah. What happened? So the vintage box deal is day 1. Day 2, so I had bought my Crystal Guardians Charizard reverse holo to the show with the intention of getting it NBA stickered because I thought it was really clean. Long story short, I didn't because the service was like way more expensive than I was willing to pay. But I had the card at the show, not in my showcase, but I had it in just like my side bag. And a collector came to the table who knew of the channel, knew of me, knew that I owned the card in general. But he asked about it, and it just so happened that I had it. I was like, hey, yeah, check it out. And I felt comfortable doing that, showing it to him because he had some really high-end Charizards that he had already shown me. He had like a Japanese Mysterious Mountains in a 10, an Expedition in a 10, first edition Shining in a 10, Plasma. Like, we're talking about like $500,000, $700,000 worth of Charizards in his little satchel, right?
Jeez.
And I was like, yeah, check this out. He didn't have the reverse of the Crystal Guardians yet, and so he was making it very apparent that he was interested in it and wanted it. And I was like, hey, I'm not really selling. It's not really. I didn't bring it to sell. It's not in my showcase. Doesn't have a price tag. I'm not willing to sell it for recent comps because I think it's worth more than that. And it's just like, it's not on the table. But I didn't say like, get lost or anything. And so we had, a cordial conversation and in a roundabout way, more cool cards started coming out of his satchel. And he was like, hey, well, what if we traded for this? What if we traded for this? And we were looking at comps for things. And I wasn't disinterested in making a deal, but I was like, I'm not in a position where I want to let go of this card unless it's like a number where I'd be dumb to say no. And that's kind of where it went. And I didn't, again, it wasn't a pressure situation, but he was like, hey, I'm into these cards for lower. I don't really collect them. So I'll trade these to you for the Charizard. And it ended up being a set of Mario ponchos. So that's a sequential half art and full art and a 10. And then also the Luigi's.
Wow.
So I've never owned all 4 of these at the same time. And the value breakdown and the comps basically meant that it was just a number that was too good for me to say no in trade for the Charizard based on its current market value. And so it's gone.
Sad,
crazy.
But happy.
Yes, happy, sad, bittersweet. You know, and I talked about it on a podcast Trey and I recorded today. That will come out tomorrow. But like my end goal for that specific Charizard was that I thought it was going to be worth 6 figures at some point because it's rare and desirable. But it's not like a super nostalgic card for me.
Yeah.
And so the end game was like, move it when it reaches the 6-figure mark, or, when it's so valuable, or when the timing is right. And the mental math I did and I discussed with Trey and River was like, hey, like, if my goal is to get 6 figures out of this card, the much faster way to do it would be to take this deal right now.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Okay.
But don't worry, guys. The PC is still really PCing.
Good. Yeah, obviously, with the jungle box that you just showed off.
Yeah. Oh, Eagle Scout John hit with the first PSA upcharge. That's another bittersweet moment. Happy, sad,
just
exactly
now?
Right.
Ooh, what was it, Eagle Scout? Tell us in the chat. Tribal chef from the Philippines. What's up, man?
This is Franny crying about my beloved Charizard leaving, but it's okay. We've got other PC goals that are going strong.
Good, cool. All right, bud. Should we get into the tall grass?
Let's do it.
What are we gonna find?
Wow. So I've actually been playing a lot of Leaf Green on my Switch Lite lately.
Cool.
So let's think of a place to go. Okay, there's a patch of grass, like the first patch of grass in the Safari Zone, Area 1.
Mm-hmm.
You can catch Execute, and you can catch Rhyhorn, Nidorino, maybe Parasect and Venomoth. But you can also catch something else. What do we have first? Help me with the transition here.
You can catch the 30th. You could Pikachu.
You can catch 30th anniversary set leaks. Yes. The set list and pictures of the little booklet inside the ETB. And wow, guys, let's take a moment of silence for anyone who thought that this set was going to be bad, and they are now resting in peace and crying many tears, because this set looks unbelievable. Like,
the wallets are going to be crying.
Yeah. The artwork, let's be honest, like, we're talking about like Crown Zenith level, Ascended Heroes level, Prismatic Evolutions level of like banger after banger after banger that is going to make the opening experience so fun, and it's going to make the finding experience of these sealed products so not fun.
No. Hopefully it's all they print for a while, because it's going to need to be that. I mean, so obviously we've got Gengar, Jirachi, Sylveon, Mewtwo, Mew, Pikachu, Charizard, the base set, of course, but with the silver or the gold border rather. And then these arts are they're really starting to do, for the first time, they were kind of like acting like they weren't going to do it in the physical TCG, but very Pokemon TCG Pocket like arts in a lot of these.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess in general, what I'm sensing is that we've got a set of illustration rares. You got a bunch of SIRs. You've also got the new rarity in the Mew and the Mewtwo. And then you also have the classic collection kind of throwback reprint hits. Like there's so many different layers. Oh, and you've got a set of 30 distinct Pikachu cards. Like there's so many different layers of things that you could possibly be chasing or trying to collect in this set. It's going to make like it's going to mean that every single pack you can get your hands on is you're going to want to rip because there's so many different things you could possibly be looking for. Like even something as simple as like, oh, I really need the Komiya artwork of the Pikachu in the set of 30 Pikachus. Like that's just one of the half arts that you could possibly get. Like there's so many things here.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this. So JT, I know, was able to get some stuff from Pokemon Center. Apparently, like people were jumping in late and they were still able to get stuff like hours late. So
Wow.
queue was long, and I don't know if that's about the process or if that's about the quantity or both. But it seemed like people were able to get it. So I think there's going to be a lot of this product, which is great. It sort of means like probably don't need to FOMO on the pre-order stuff, which we can talk about in a second. I've got that pulled up too, the pre-order prices on some of this stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this. The Mew and Mewtwo look incredible. The Pikachus, I'm sure, will be great. This mouse hold is awesome.
Yeah. Think, dude, we've got an SIR, Mewtwo, Mew, Pikachu, Gengar, Jirachi, all in the same set.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is huge.
Yeah. I think Summer's in the chat, a Jirachi connoisseur, and said first full art since XY. I think she would know.
That's true. That's true. And the XY was what, a promo? I mean, well, technically we did have a Jirachi V in Sword and Shield. That was a full art, but like as far as something with a little bit more artwork than just the Pokemon kind of, this is an outstanding. Yeah, the 3 Meows that connect.
What?
Yeah. So what's that bottom left you see there? I think is 3 separate Meowths. No. So say, okay, so that bottom middle where you just were,
yeah,
that dark one on the right. So that's one of the Meowths, I think.
Oh.
There's a Alolan, there's regular, and there's Galarian, I think.
Oh, I see. Oh, yep. I see.
And
that.
so those are connecting arts.
That's cool.
Yep.
Wow. Fun.
Okay, and the other thing was we were talking about it in my selling stream on Tuesday. So in these UPCs that we're about to talk about, there are I think it's 30 packs of the regular set.
Wow.
And then there's also 1 pack of the classic set. So from what I understand, in the regular pack, you have a chance to pull a card from the classic collection, which is like the reprint, reimagination of the old cards.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
But in the classic pack, I think it's all of the cards are from the classic collection.
Whoa.
Which is so cool that we're getting 2 distinct booster packs. Like I can just think right now, like the people that are going to try to like just hoard loose classic collection packs because they're going to have such a premium.
I was going to say, does that mean, do we know how they're going to, we don't know yet how exactly that pack is going to get released in other products, right?
Correct. But I imagine if there's only 1 in the UPC,
that's going to be rare. So
yeah,
these cards might be really rare.
Yeah, and the UPC, like think of it this way: if the UPC is the only product where you can get a classic collection pack, that would be insane. Like the loose packs, and like I wrote it in my what's it called, my elite forecast for later. I have a guess at what those packs are going to be worth loose if this is all the only way to get them.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So let's talk about the box real quick. These came out really hot, like pre-orders. A few people were paying. Oh, we have to go way too far back. You'll just have to maybe, well, let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, it started opening on the 2nd, so it's not too far down.
Okay, there we go. 12 to 1,500 people were actually paying for a hot second there. But it does seem like as of right now, at least for the pre-sale, very stable at about 780. And there's 2 variations of this box. There's like day and night. I don't know. It's
Espeon versus Umbreon, I think, is the promo.
That makes sense. Okay. And the exterior of the box looks a little bit different. Oh, that makes sense. It has Espeon on and Umbreon on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think of that pre-sale price?
I mean, I'm not surprised that like some stores just put that number out there, because there's only a handful of stores that are allowed to sell pre-sale on TCG Player. But the fact that people actually like pulled the trigger and bought it for 15 is a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about that other than um, it 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 would make sense to me that they just print a lot of these UPCs, similar to how they've done with the Mega Charizard, for example. I think there's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of them out there.
Yeah. 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 Another thing we were talking about was how this compares to 25th. Like, how does this compare to the hype of that 25th celebrations UPC?
So, I was like getting more serious about collecting and specifically like finding retail product and opening it back then. And I remember when the UPCs came out, it was like pretty well understood that they were just really poorly allocated and not printed very heavily.
Yeah.
Um, and those retailed for 119.99, I believe. And they were essentially immediately like 300, 350, almost triple. And I I found one at retail and kept it, and I actually still have that box. And then I kind of like got some small kind of bonus at work that I could redeem for eBay credit,
Huh.
and spent that eBay credit on the UPC at the secondary market price. But like, you know, my Jake math was that I got it for free.
Right.
And
You
so
kind
that's
of did.
yeah, and so that's the one that I opened because I wanted to have all the promos. But long story short, even back then when the hobby was comparatively smaller, the hype for that product was enough to get it to triple MSRP on secondary market really fast.
Mm-hmm.
I just I think these are going to be printed quite a bit more, and I also think that the materials that they use for these UPCs these days are much cheaper to create for the Pokemon Company. But they're still going to be really expensive. I mean, just for the mere fact that there's so many booster packs in there.
Yeah, for sure. People are asking in the chat, like, so I guess Control Alt Drew is saying that in the 25th celebrations, Classic Collection cards were 1 in 3 packs. So we just don't know yet whether the separation of there being a distinct Classic Collection pack means that they're only in those packs, or if they're going to be in the regular packs as well. We don't know that yet, right?
Yeah, pull rates is really going to be a fascinating question because there's so many different like sets and subsets here. Like, what are the pull rates across all of them in the packs? I kind of want it to be hard to pull Classic Collection cards because there's enough of them in there that are like really, really cool. Like, I mean, the Crystal Lugia, obviously, like if that's an actually rare card to pull, and like your best chance of getting it is to open one of the Classic Collection packs, like, I don't know, that makes the chase really fun, in my opinion.
It's an interesting little gimmick for sure.
Yeah, and I think about how Magic does it. Like Magic, they have player boxes where you can get the vast majority of like the base version of every playable card.
Yeah.
And then they have collector boxes that have like the
alt
unique
arts.
foils and alt arts and stuff. And in like a player box, you get like one collector pack. And that's kind of what it reminds me of here is you know, you can get the special pack in one of the comparatively regular products, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting comparison. Yeah. I think we've said our piece on this. Should we talk about the summer slowdown?
Yes.
So maybe a couple things around potential, like what do we think of summer slowdown? But, you know, typically this is a thing that gets said every year. We have had some years recently where there was like a summer speed up in alt arts in 2024. And then I think in 2025, tag teams made a run around this time of year. But
big vintage boom last summer too. Yeah.
But like certain like super modern things sometimes do come down. And maybe it is just a byproduct of a lot of people accessing modern stuff now, ending up with a very high dollar value of modern stuff and wanting to offload that stuff for cash to do their summer things as people out in the world. But we are noticing, right, like the Ascended Pikachu in a PSA 10 is at like 2,600 or so from a 40. It was like at 43, 44 in May, like 2 months ago.
Yep.
So this is a pretty big drop. And then Chaos Rising, kind of similar thing. Like a lot of these ultra modern boxes are really taking a dip. The low listings are like 190. So it really seems like that's the direction that, even though market price basically hasn't caught up to all these sellers undercutting to offload their Chaos Rising. What are your thoughts on summer slowdown?
I think the summer slowdown in this specific like area of the hobby is undoubtedly true right now. So we've got specifically ultra modern, everything from pretty much what would you say? I'd say probably like Destined Rival, or maybe even further back, like Surging Sparks and newer is all pretty flat or going down right now.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense to me, because that's just what's most plentiful out there. And so if we think about all the people in the hobby right now who would be willing to sell a large portion of their collection, a large percentage of that group of people, the majority of their collection is going to be ultra modern.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like, you know, that sell off that's happening, you'll see people undercut each other, and lots of supply will reach the market. But interestingly, what I've also seen is that there's enough people in the hobby. In fact, there's so many that there are areas of the hobby that are utterly unaffected by summer slowdown, and are still actually trending up.
High-end vintage. I'm high-end in general.
Vintage in general, right? So specifically like the best of the best, like we've talked about on previous.
Yeah, Gold Star Mew and Rayquaza, and
hitting all-time highs by like huge percentages. And it just goes to show that like the hobby is big enough that like one area can like be suffering in value while another is like utterly unaffected.
Yeah.
Which it didn't used to be like that. In 2022, 2023, when we hit really the doldrums, of like popularity of modern sets, like everything was affected, because the idea was that, well, if people aren't interested in the modern, they're not really going to be, participating in the hobby in general. But now there's a lot of people who like just don't mess with modern almost at all, who are in the hobby heavily.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the deepest pockets, that's probably where they are focused most, is not in everything that isn't modern.
Yeah.
The sort of the SM Pratt adage of like the older minter, rarer, better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's a true thing that can happen now, independent of what's going on with modern. Modern can have its own booms and busts, while vintage is kind of separate, and it's interesting to see.
It is. Yeah. And we talked about this earlier. I don't know if there's anything more to say on this point, but we get approached with a lot of opportunities to buy collections, and been a lot of modern collection offers recently. I mean, I'm used to getting a couple a week, maybe in a typical week. And nowadays it's like a show plus in DMs and email, probably close to daily right now for me. So definitely an interesting trend. And I probably expect, I mean, we were probably due for softening too. Like this Ascended Heroes ran up like nothing had ever run up before in terms of value, and it became inaccessible, which does kind of kill a little bit of the fun of like, who doesn't want to just like rip some Ascended Heroes and not have to think about how financially responsible or irresponsible that choice is. Like, you just want to rip a fun set. So anyway, I feel like we were overdue. It was sort of like clear, right? Some of these cards where you're like, whoa, this Trikachu 4,400 for 10, like there were a lot of other factors there. And maybe this is a more sort of honest price in the short term in the twos for this card.
Yeah. Yeah. And my last point on this is, I think that too often in the hobby, we consider this idea of people, selling off a large portion of their collection, or even getting out of the hobby in general, and we vilify it and say that they're foolish and they're just they're not real fans and all this kind of stuff. And I just want to kind of put my opinion out there that you are allowed to sell whatever you want whenever you want.
Agreed.
And in whatever amount that you want. Just interact with the hobby in the way that makes sense for you, and don't feel some sort of strange pressure, almost 100% of it coming from random online people who don't know you.
Well said. Agreed. All right, that was all we had for Hitmon topics. Let's talk payday or false swipe. You want to remind folks what we're doing in double hollow for payday or false swipe?
Yeah, so we use the research tool here in Double Hollow to really like compare two items, sometimes sealed, sometimes singles, to each other to kind of see their trend. We like to do things that like have some sort of similarity, just to kind of see like over the course of the last year or so, like what would have been the better move, or what trends can we see. And in this case, we're looking at a couple of Gengars, both of them modern, but have kind of done very different things over the last year. This purple line is Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike.
Yep.
And this is just a raw copy, right, Ricky?
Raw copy. Both.
Yeah.
Raw.
And then the blue line we've got is Mega Gengar SIR from Ascended. Interestingly, Gengar VMAX is just like overall less expensive in every way, in raw form.
Yeah.
But then if off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure that it is slightly a bigger card in PSA 10.
It's about 2,800 right now in a 10. I want to say the VMAX. I don't. What do you know the Ascended?
Ascended, I think, is like 25.
Okay. So yeah, 10-15% more probably on the VMAX.
Which I find personally interesting, because in my mind, I would see that the Gengar VMAX is easier to grade. And therefore, I would think that its raw value would be higher because its gem rate is higher.
Yeah.
You know, the risk that you're in on it for is lower from a grading standpoint. Whereas the Mega Gengar, I can only explain this by the fact that the sheer fact that the Mega Gengar came out during a huge boom, and the Gengar VMAX did not.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Comparable cards, and otherwise, yeah, I mean, hard to imagine what else the explanation could be other than those factors. Something coming out in a hype cycle where it just has attention, right? We've talked so often about the power of where the attention is. And right now the attention is on sets, and has been on sets like Ascended and this whole mega block in general. And I think it'll continue to be with the 30th anniversary. And it'll be, if I had to guess, it'll be a little while, maybe not through the rest of this year will we see a lot of that Sword and Shield, like the attention turn back to Sword and Shield. I could see that being the hot thing late this year or early next year, but I would be surprised if it was anything other than relatively flat over the next 6 months. Like that would be my expectation, and that the ultra modern is going to be kind of volatile.
Yeah, I had a kind of an anecdotal experience this past weekend in regards to Gengar VMAX. I had a guy who I know has been in the hobby for a good amount of time, knows what he's doing. I did some deals with him last year at New Jersey Collecticon. He had cool stuff then. He had really cool stuff now. He brought a buddy, might have been his brother. I don't know exactly, but you could tell that the guy that I don't think I had met yet was comparatively newer. And one of the things he wanted from our table was the Gengar VMAX in a 10. And he, you know, kind of consolidated a bunch of smaller slabs in like the $100 to $300 range to trade in order to get the Gengar. And it kind of reminded me that, you know, that this guy, let's say, again, I don't know this, but let's say he got into the hobby within the last year. It means that he doesn't have any memory of opening Fusion Strike. He doesn't have any experience of knowing the price memory of what that Gengar VMAX went for. Like 2 years ago when I was vending, or 2 years ago, the Gengar VMAX in a 10 was like literally a $550 card. I remember an interaction with someone in Front Row Pasadena where I sold one for $550 because someone told me that the Bulbasaur 2 rows down from me offered to sell one to them for $560, and I wanted to undercut him. And so like he doesn't have any price memory of the card being that cheap. All he knows is that it's worth in the high 2000s, and he's been in the hobby long enough to now be able to look back about 4 or 5 years to cards that he might be interested from back then. And I think that will inevitably be like the future of Sword and Shield. It'll interact a bit more like tag teams do, where like every so often a group of collectors who joined the hobby will age into the hobby enough to look back at some of those cards that are modern, but they just missed them. and so they'll kind of pump for a while and then they'll cool off, and that's kind of the fate for the rest of time for these cards, it seems.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. I don't know if there's anything else to point out other than what we already have about Ascended coming down and Sword and Shield sort of being steady. I've noticed the same with the other Sword and Shield alt arts as well. The Lugia V and a 10 has been within $100 sort of plus or minus band for a pretty good while now.
Yeah.
So yeah, wouldn't surprise me to see these cards sort of hover around the same value for a while. But yeah, fun comparison of two little Genki guys.
Yep.
Shout out to Double Hollow.
Yeah, shout out to Double Hollow for sponsoring the program. And just a quick plug, they really cool vendor tools, like a whole kind of like vendor interface for anyone who sells cards got released, and you can try it for free. There's a link in the description of this live.
Love it. Cool. I'm just catching up on the chat here. What's up, Legendary Collection? We are live. You never get to catch a live. A few people said that. A few people are in here live for the first time. So
yes,
excited you're here. First time watching this live as well. What's up, Senior Football? Love it. Okay.
Glad you guys are here.
Yeah, me too. Let's go to Pikachu's, the better set. For today, our last segment in the tall grass. And so today, sponsored by Collector, we're using Collector to build portfolios. We know Collector pretty much the easiest tool to do this in. It's the only tool that I personally use for building these sorts of portfolios for singles. The tan looks good. I was guilty as charged on a boat yesterday.
Whoa.
That is what I do with my time now. I'm not playing as much Pokemon Champions as I was when y'all were making fun of me for that, but negative EV hanging out on a boat with my dad on a Tuesday.
Well, I can't believe you weren't buy, selling, and trading all day. How weak.
I know. But hey, man, it was worth it. We had a good time wake surfing.
Good for you, dude.
Thank you. So SV, we wanted to compare Scarlet Violet and Mega Evolution. Obviously, this is not a fully fair comparison. Mega Evolution being brand new, we have so much to go, and as we know, typically it's often been the case that the best sets actually come out in the second half of the era. That feels like it's been the trend for a good while now. So some of the best things in Mega are probably yet to come, and it's already been a really, I think by anyone's account, a fantastic era subjectively. It's been a lot of really fun cards and exciting stuff. So yeah, Manic out here summer maxing. That's right. I'm maybe not quite summer maxing, but trying to get there.
How dare you enjoy yourself, Ricky?
How dare I should have been in reading hate comments or something. Should have been inside scrolling on my phone. I think that's what some people picture me doing, sitting at home. I was too busy on a boat. Anyway, let's talk about these IRs, man. We wanted to do the top 10 IRs. So value-wise, there's really no comparison. So again, this is like maybe not the most interesting thing, but we did want to look at like how is the Mega block going so far when it comes to illustration rares. We've done comparisons for SIRs before. For illustration rares, how do we feel about the top 10 by value cards in Mega versus Scarlet Violet? So I was shocked at the value.
This is crazy. These are so cheap comparatively.
These are extremely cheap. The SIRs are quite expensive in the Mega block, and there's a lot of really good ones that are like over $100. The IRs, I was shocked. One thing I will say is I only included pullable IRs, so not promos.
Sure, like Pokemon Center stamps can whatever.
Yeah. Certainly left those out, but even like the unstamped version, the Fennekin and the Tyrant, and some of those would be like those are $50-ish cards. So those would be like the second, third, and fourth. Like a lot of the ETB promos would even unstamped would be just like 4 of the top 5 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think I got this right. I might have missed some. Someone can maybe check me, but I went through it pretty carefully and I think I got it. So yeah. Relatively cheap here, but like a lot of good cards, a lot of fun cards. I personally really like this Meryl, obviously connecting Bulbasaur line, the English release of the Phantasmal, with a lot of good stuff here. If we look at SV, it's a very interesting trend where there are a handful of IRs that are actually more valuable than many SIRs from either era.
Yeah, great point.
And it's really interesting also that maybe not that interesting. I'm just pointing it out. Shinji Kanda drew the 2 top most valuable chase illustration rares in Scarlet Violet currently. And some of the other ones are connecting arts, like the kind of the 151 stuff, this Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander connecting art. So the Squirtle as a pull is way up here. This Groudon with the Tyranitar, arguably a connecting art. So we see that trend across both eras. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, Shinji Kanda, I don't think, unless I'm mistaken, unless I somehow missed it, has drawn an IR yet for the Mega Block. And so, to state the obvious, pay attention to that when that inevitably comes.
Great point. Yeah, what a little clue there. This Psyduck is so good. I actually pulled the Psyduck from Ascended bundle the other day. That was very exciting.
I've pulled that from an Ascended bundle also. Actually, someone came by and did a pack battle at a show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's fun. It's such a great card.
It is. Serene.
Wow. Okay, so takeaways here. The SIR game is definitely where the focus of Mega has been.
For sure.
And then I'm curious to see what kind of interesting chases are to come for the rest of the generation. I'm curious if any of the 30th anniversary ones will end up in that situation. Because they're probably going to be pretty plentiful. And they also have that Pikachu stamp on them that people tend to like kind of not love, and kind of it affects the value of them, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see.
We are going to see. Just to put it in perspective, this is all the English cards, Mega Evolution, priced high to low. And so you can see kind of how far we scroll. This is why I was surprised how far you scroll before you get to the first IR. We're still in SIRs and stamped cards. There's our buddy Psyduck.
Wow.
Right. So the first one is just $80. So again, we're like whatever, 4 sets or something into this block, but very, very SIR heavy for sure. Even some of the mega attack rares like the Gengar and the Dragonite, meaningfully more valuable than most of the IRs. So on the one hand, if you like collecting IRs, the value's awesome here. Like we've said it so many times on this program about IRs, and especially if you get these, I imagine a lot of these are probably like a fifth of the price in Japanese. Like a lot of these are probably $3 to $5 cards in Japanese. So if you just like the art and you're on a budget, this is a fun era to get into. And the SV stuff, the chases in the SV era obviously are getting closer to unattainable, with even the lowest of the top 10 essentially being a $100 card.
Yeah. And it makes sense too with, some of these boxes, like take that Eevee, for example. A Twilight box is what, like nearly $400 now.
Right now. Yeah, I think so. It sounds right. A lot of those.
Yeah, opening those is getting more prohibitive.
Yeah. Even Stellar Crown is coming up now, finally getting its due, but it's like Stellar Crown, a lot of people would say this is one of the only cards in Stellar Crown. So yeah, a lot of that stuff is sort of getting its due. Anyway, I thought it was fun to look at the IRs rather than the SIRs, and I was pretty surprised. I had the same reaction you did to looking at how sharply the drop off is into the $20 zone. So I'm excited to see though what happens with kind of the back half of the block, because I imagine it's just going to keep heating up somehow.
Yep, we will see for sure.
Control Do said Shinji Kanda half art Pika in the 30th. Yeah, that's awesome. I sort of master setting is maybe a little strong, but I collect every Shinji Kanda art that comes out when I can get him, and he's done a lot of half arts and commons, and they don't tend to have value. So I don't know obviously what's going to happen with the Pikas, because it comes down to rarity, but it's really like when Shinji Kanda does that big full art, definitely pay attention. And someone said, yeah, a lot of Igawa love in this era for sure. Igawa has penned many. I think if we went to SIRs for this era, I would be willing to bet like 1 in every 5 or something like that are drawn by Akira Igawa. So
wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are yeah, especially now that the Darkrai is about to come out. That's an Igawa card. I guess Destined Rivals, like if we're talking about just ultra modern generally, the Moltres was an Igawa card. So yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, that's right, from Destined Rivals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, shout out to Collector. Great team, great product. Genuinely use it. I don't know what else there is to say.
Yeah, that's where I've got my PC tracked.
Same. Okay. I think
We're here.
This is like record time, Jake. We're the main thing to talk about was the 30th anniversary, and it sort of speaks for itself. So yeah, Agawa did the new Jirachi in the 30th. Yeah, that was obvious, like immediately upon seeing it, very distinctive style. If we go look at this, you could tell from this view that this is the same artist that did the Gold Gods and the Darkrai and all that. So
yeah, great point. Very cosmic.
Totally. Okay, it's time to do our main topic, the definitive Gold Star art tier list. So we had some questions in the chat earlier about, is this vibes based? Is this as an investment? And we decided prior to this that it is going to be purely vibes based. We are not going, I mean, if we maybe we'll talk a little bit about the value in some cases, it is not going to be a factor in where we rank these cards. The current or future or past value is not going to be a factor. We are looking at art, rarity, lore, subjective things like that, our own personal experience. Like this is purely vibes based, which is what is going to make it so definitive. It's what's going to make it inarguable is the very scientific approach of Jake and Ricky vibes.
You know, the only thing we're going to be spewing here are pure facts, unadulterated. So be prepared. Now, what are the rules of this here tier list that we're going to be making, Ricky?
So the main, I think we pretty much have one primary rule. Maybe we'll make some up as we go if we can agree on them. But one rule that we agreed on prior is that we're going to collaborate, and with the help of the chat too, but you and I are going to collaborate live on trying to agree on a placement for each of these cards. And if we are just unable to budge on a really far apart opinion on one of these, each of us gets one hard overrule. So if one of us says, look, this is an S tier card, and the other one's like, bro, this is D tier, this card sucks, you're like, boom, overrule, like this is going in the S tier. Each of us gets one of those.
I love that for us. Okay.
Shall we?
Oh, actually, one last thing. Are we including Gold Star Greninja?
I don't think it's on this list.
Good.
Yeah. Do you want to?
No, I want the old stuff only.
Yeah. That's what I figured. So that's what we're doing.
Cool. Okay, let's run it.
Should we go left to right in whatever order it's in here?
That sounds great to me, man.
Latios Gold Star.
All right, hold on. I'm going to actively turn off my secondary market value brain.
Yes. Leave that at home today.
Throw it away. Wow. Gut reaction.
I think this is a fairly mid to lower mid card. I like Latios. I think this art, like long neck, kind of dark hollow. I don't think it's incredible.
Yeah. It's giving C to me.
I'm in the C-ish range as well. Beautiful. Yeah. Mid to lower mid. And we will rank within the tiers as well. So this might end up a lower C or something like that. We can also move, we've done this before. We can move things around as we start to flesh it out, if we're like, hey, now this kind of seems like we misplaced this. But I think the chat mostly agrees with us here. I see multiple C's. Elder Unlimited says C. Hey, I'm Adam says C. Some has said A. JT says trash. Eris says B. So maybe Sumus, maybe you're biased. No hate for Latios. Latios and Latios, I love as Mons, but I think as a card, as a Gold Star, this one is it's okay.
Remind your guy JT that trash tier is not an option.
Yeah, so JT, trash would probably be the F tier.
It's clearly S through F, JT. Yeah. Come on, man.
Well, he just wanted his opinion to be known. So we're going with C here, but definitely there's people are debating it. It's still hotly debated in the chat, but this is definitive and inarguable, remember. So
Waffles out here saying that Latios is your favorite Gold Star. Stop it. Stop.
Rip.
Sorry, my friend.
Alakazam. I think this one's quite cool, personally. There's a lot of hollow space for potential swirls. It kind of makes sense the way he's coming out of the frame. Alakazam's cool. He's kind of in action. I think the poses with some Gold Stars are where it misses for me. Like some of them don't reach their potential because of the pose they were drawn in. I don't think Alakazam is one of those. I think this one's cool. I like the contrast. I kind of like the greenish and the purple. For me, this is definitely above Latios, but where are you putting it?
I like Alakazam. I think it's one of the few gold stars where you can like, it still kind of presents the shape of the Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like some of the others, it's like you're just getting like hard profile vibes.
Yep.
So I'm down for Alakazam as an A tier gold star.
Couldn't agree more. I think that's perfect and impossible to argue.
Wow.
Spoon Man. So I think the chat, let's go to the chat real quick. A lot of B and A votes. B or A for Alakazam. Someone said C, A. Spoon Man is an A from JT. A tier vibes wise. So yeah, we're not going to talk about the value and how we grade or score these, but it is one of the more accessible gold stars. Like it has always been one of the cheaper ones, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
My price memory for it, there was a time not that long ago when it was like you could get a pretty good copy of it raw for a few $100, like $200-$300, $300-ish. So I don't know what the case is now, but I'm sure relative to the others, I like the collectability of that, but we're not going to include that there. Let's talk about Celebi.
Celebi, I'm going to come out flat and say that Celebi Gold Star is like just a horrible rendering of Celebi.
I agree. The arm looks so fat and weird.
Yeah. What is happening here?
What is happening here?
This is
it's like dabbing. It's doing this.
Yeah, this is when I think about how far the fall has been from Crystal Celebi to Gold Star Celebi, it just makes me grumpy.
Yeah.
This is I'll flat out. This is an F tier gold star for me.
Oh man. Okay.
Because this is Celebi is what Crystal Guardians, right? Same as the Alakazam, if I'm right.
Yeah, that looks right. The little set logo there, that looks like Crystal Guardians.
Yeah, like I don't want to pull this.
Yeah. I was thinking D. We could go D or F, I think. I mean, we're definitely in agreement that it's one of the worst ones, and the chat is agreeing, like a lot of D's and F's. So
I'm in F because again, we're talking about in the context of gold stars, right? We're not saying yes. This is not Pokemon card context. This is gold star context, which means that if it's not F tier, Ricky, then like something must be worse.
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but
no, don't spoil it. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay, so let's go F for Celebi. We can. I'm definitely not using an override to put Celebi in D instead of F. I'll just concede there.
Yeah, don't spend it now.
No. We're gonna come back to what we can come back to if we feel like that's appropriate. I agree with you. Celebi, pretty great mon. The kind of like one of the total OG mythicals, right? Like it's it's great. It fits right in there with the Azelf and the Mew and we love Celebi, but as a gold star, this is a bad rendering of this mon.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Charizard gold star.
It's tough.
One thing that I personally really like the Delta species ones. These are the ones that I PC the raw copies of most readily. The holo pattern, it's not the Cosmo holo, right? Like it's pretty different finish to it that I think is like a little less exciting. It kind of looks more like a reverse holo, reverse holo from that era, maybe.
Yeah.
I love the contrast here. The shiny, he's dark. The pose I think is tough. The fire obviously is awesome.
Yeah, this is such a for the time. This is such a unique take on Charizard.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like you've got the red wings and the fire going out of the art box. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like zoom out for me. This is the only one where it's like an action. Like a move is being used outside of the art box instead of like a body part.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that seems true.
Yeah, this is I don't know. It's a very unique rendering of Charizard. It's very unique for Gold Star.
Yeah,
I'm a Delta species head. Yeah. It's A or better for me. So if we can get to A, then I'm there.
I like A. So let's go put it up in A. Now, compared to Alakazam, probably slightly above.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, great. Cool. I don't think that's too contentious. And I think for what it's worth, the chat was very A heavy on this. Like, I think seeing it the same way, right? So Cody whatever says Zard is B. Yeah, Adam says Zard is B. Slowpoke TCG says Zard is A. Era says Loki, Zardart not good. Okay. DeColt says A. Elder Unlimited A. High A for Senior Football. Same with JT, high A. A couple of B's and C's, but like I think there's some S, some B, a lot of A. I think everyone's generally agreeing with where we've placed this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our first dog, mythical, legendary beast guy, Entei.
So I am not like a huge legendary beast person in general.
Yeah.
That being said, I love Entei Gold Star as a Pokemon card. I think it's tasteful. I think it's fierce. I think it like is actually a presentation of the Pokemon in a way that where it looks like itself, yet and still be and it's still shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I love this card. So this is one of the best Gold Star cards for me.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. The thing that holds the I'll just call them the dogs. The things that holds the dogs back generally for me is something that someone said in the chat, which is of course the lore. We can include lore in how we grade these, how we tier list these. And as Nundark pointed out, I don't know if I agree with them all being D tier. I look at them individually. I feel differently about each of these Gold Star cards personally, but for sure the scandal and the population. The scandal, for those unfamiliar, is there's some video out there you can go look for, but it would seem pretty apparent that a lot of these were maybe stolen out of a factory during production, and so they are by a lot the most abundant Gold Star. And so for me personally, where like the rarity of these Gold Stars, that is like the aura they have because of their sort of not unobtainability, but like they're just the rarity is something that really appeals to me about these cards, of course, to state the obvious. And the dogs just get knocked down for me. So I think it's one of those where like if it didn't have that scandal, I would put it in A, but my gut says Entei's B. I think it's a great art, and I've no hate on Entei at all. I think it's a solid card, but B for me probably. Where were you?
It's an A for me. Because I'm actually not as concerned with the scandal of the, relative ease of getting it as a card. Could chat maybe really quickly look up what's the PSA 10 population of the dogs? Because like I think it's higher than the other Gold Stars, but I don't think it's like crazy high. It's what's it like, a couple hundred maybe? Anyways. It's not so prevalent that like it spoils it for me personally, and I think it's one of the better arts.
Okay.
So
can we go low A?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with A behind Alakazam here.
Okay.
So the quote says there's 310s. So like it's still a low pop card. Like just because it's not like, pop 11 or whatever, like the Torchic, doesn't mean that it's not rare,
True, totally, for sure. And I'm interested also in what the total graded pop is compared to some of the others, because that would give us also an idea of not just the 10 pop, right? The gem rate is doing some work there, but I mean, still like 30 times less rare than like the Torchic or whatever, and a 10 like that's not trivial.
Sure.
Yeah, 15, 45, and a 9, right? So like the total, that's the thing, is like, is the total grade, maybe someone can help us out there. What's the total graded pop of, let's just say, the Entei versus something like the Torchic? My guess is that there's a lot more of the dogs. So that personally holds it back for me. It has a connotation for me. If I remove that, the Entei is obviously it's great. Let's move on. I think low A is totally acceptable. I feel good about low A for that Entei personally. So let's move on to Flareon.
Flareon's too poofed for me.
Very poofy, very poofy. Just the one little paw, kind of a weak little paw coming out.
Yeah. It's giving like the same poofiness as the Flareon VMAX promo. It's just kind of like
Yeah. Yeah. I do like, I really like sort of the orangey and bluish, like the contrast, like those two colors together in art generally. I like sort of like a warm foreground and a cool background in general. So that does do, you know, I like that about this card personally. But yeah, my gut says this is C-ish.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with C for Flareon.
Behind Latios or right in front of Latios?
I think it's better than Latios.
I think so too.
Latios bad.
I think so too. There's a world where as we get through these, we downgrade Latios. Actually, if it spends every round at the bottom of C, maybe it's actually at top of D. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see what the chat says real quick. So 3800 Entei graded, 1300 Torchic graded. Okay, that's not as stark as I thought, but it is still 3x. That's also not nothing, but thank you, Nundark, for doing the research on that. Super helpful. Interesting to know. Total pop 4K. Yeah. Okay.
That is
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more of the Torchic than I was expecting, but yeah, like again, the 3 or 4 times less rare is definitely, that's a thing. Okay, people are not agreeing as much maybe on Flareon. We've got a vote for B. We said B. We said Flareon S tier. I don't know if ARS is like trolling at this point, like completely dissenting opinion from us in the chat and a lot of these. C, B, low-key love this one from Peyton. Snivy Collects says, Sinvi Collects, as a Flareon fan, this card is like a C. Yeah.
Yeah, I think about these other Flareons. Like you've got Delta Species. You've got Sandstorm Flareon is so good, both from the same generation. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, not trolling. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to accuse you of trolling. Let's leave that in high C. I think that's appropriate for now for that guy. Let's go to Groudon.
Groudon out here somehow made to look not fierce.
Yeah, he looks chubby here.
Guys, go and look at the box art for Ruby and how absolutely beast Groudon is, and compare it to this. Like this, it looks like I don't know, the artwork got like put in the washing machine or something. It's just kind of a weird little sidewinder look at Groudon. And I don't love the color of shiny Groudon.
Interesting. Okay.
He looks too small. Like this guy literally, like the point of him is that he's like this,
a mountain. Yeah.
Like this mountain that moves, that moves tectonic plates. And this, he just kind of looks like a bad DJ or something.
Yeah. It's funny. I like the color of this. I kind of like, I mean, this is like, maybe this is my Scizor bias bleeding over. I kind of like when red Mons get sort of this like goldish looking shiny, like makes them look like a precious metal or something. I actually kind of think it looks cool like this. It also does the same thing the Flareon did of like a warm color on a blue on a cool background. But I think the direction we're all trending here, and I'm looking at the chat, is I think people are averaging out around the C to D tier range, which I think is where I am at also on this. There have been a few people that really love it and really hate it. But to me, this is probably, do we like it more or less than the Latios? Maybe that's a way to.
I like it more. And I like it personally less than Latios.
Okay.
I am anti Groudon Gold Star. I'm sorry.
Straight up anti. You, if this was your tier list, where does he go?
D.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna go in the low C to high D range. So let's see if he shakes out at high D.
Here's the thing, though. Like compared to the Flareon, you can't put it next to the Flareon. Like the Flareon's not great. The Flareon's not great, but it's way better than the Groudon.
It is, and especially when you look at the A tier. We're getting it right so far, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're in the right direction. Okay. Let's go Gyarados. I think this one might be controversial, is my guess.
Really?
I think so. I think this one's going to be controversial.
So this is from one of my favorite sets of all time, Holland Phantoms.
Yeah.
This is an actually rare Gold Star. But they did my boy wrong. They shrimpied him when they could have Lake of Raged him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I personally am anti Gold Star Gyarados and anti Mega Gyarados because they're too shrimpy.
Whoa. Okay, wait. Mega Gyarados proportionally is shrimpy.
Right.
He actually becomes a shrimp.
But in this artwork, it's giving all like it's giving this large head and tiny tail thing.
Totally agree. That's why I was so okay. So the chat is like, a lot of people said S, some people said easy A, truly S, and then there are people that are like, this is mid, he looks shrimp. A lot of people are saying S, but again, so I was right that it's going to be controversial. You said anti Gyarados Gold Star. For me, he can. Oh, I mean, I love the Delta species. I love that I love that the red shiny Gary became fire in Delta species.
That's pretty tough. Yes,
it's so good. There are other ones where he becomes like electric, right?
He's an electric Delta in Holland as well, the regular Hollow.
Right. I like this. The idea of shiny Gyarados becoming a like fire type is so good. But I
like have him like burst out of the Lake of Rage with like a hyper beam or something. You know,
we're saying the same thing here, man. But I'm worried that we're going to be apart on this one. For me, I think I put Gyarados toward it's an A-ish tier Gold Star for me.
B is as high as I can give it. It's better than the Flareon, but like. That's all I can say.
What do we think, chat? I mean, low A. We're not so far apart that I want to use my override here, but you can't accept low A.
I cannot. I am immovable. I do not like this card. I cannot give it an A.
The chat is saying it's easily better. Bob Goblin, easily better than Entei. B for sure. B makes sense for the pose. Okay. I can accept that. Maybe if it ends up, if after we fill this out, it's high B, I think that's okay. I agree. He is too shrimpy. They could have done something really great with this guy. I mean, just forced perspective wise, what if we don't have to see his fin? What if the tail just went on forever and it was clear that this guy's like 30 feet long?
Sure, yeah.
This guy looks like
in half too.
Yeah, this guy could like fit in my room here. He does just sort of look like an eel.
A little bit. Yeah, he looks like an hors d'oeuvre.
A little bit. Okay, Jolteon.
I'm anti Gold Star Jolteon too. Like this, like the colorway, it's giving like sickly. There's the little paw coming out. What's going on with the back half of Jolteon right now?
The back legs are the problem. The back legs, the more you look at them, the crazier they get. There are these little chicken wings. Like he doesn't have legs at all. It's like he just has bones. He's unfinished. He's missing the rest of his leg.
Yeah. This is a strange card.
He's a little derpy. It has a bit of the same issue with the limbs that the Celebi has.
Yeah, agreed.
It has, this is like okay. So this one's not great. We're going D or F here.
I think it's D and worse than the Groudon.
I think that's perfect. Let's see what the chat says. D from Phantom Kaiju. F from Pokebro JT. F from Casper, Control Alt Drew, C, a bunch of D's, Manic, Wheelie, Slowpoke, Summis, all D's, B or C for DeColts, F for sure. Okay, so D minus. Yeah, okay, we're landing on D minus. Let's go D minus. I agree, and for what it's worth, me personally, Jolteon my favorite of the original evolutions.
Same.
There's a lot. Another one where Sandstorm. There's a great Jolteon in Sandstorm, and so
that's my PC Jolteon is Sandstorm and a 10. It's a fabulous Pokemon card.
It's a great rendering of that little spiky guy. This not so much. I don't know how this one. Actually, the more I look at it, it's making me a little mad. Like, how did this pass? How did this pass? Like this artist is such a beast, and it's obviously so capable, and then they're like, yeah, no, that's good. Ship it.
Yeah, let's pull up a quick example. Go to TCG for me and show for Alligator from Unseen Forces.
That is an uncrowned Gold Star.
That is Fukuda when he's like just absolutely firing on all cylinders.
This card is essentially a gold star. If his hand was coming out and the border was shiny here, it's a gold star.
Look at this. This is so tough. You give me this, but then Gyarados is literally a shrimp.
I know. See how his body's cut off and not like the same thing with Groudon. This is the same thing we could have done with Groudon, where like you don't have to see his whole body and you get the sense that he's close, he's attacking, he's big. I love this card. I'm not even that big of a Feraligatr guy. I think this is just peak Feraligatr card.
Yeah. This is a gas Pokemon.
So good. It is, in my mind, this may as well be a gold star.
Agreed.
Okay. So yeah, everyone agrees pretty much. A lot of oofs and stuff. So, okay. Let's go Kyogre.
See, I love Kyogre. Like in the games, so beastly. You got Drizzle, and then it learns Thunder. Like this thing is a beast. But it's just giving, I don't know, goop. This is just goop for me.
Yeah, big head, again, shrimpy, tiny body, the teeth, the gaps in the teeth. He's just like a...
yeah. He looks like Hades from Hercules. Just perfectly fitting sharp teeth next to each other.
He got an underbite. He looks like a Shih Tzu with an underbite.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chat is going, for the most part, everyone was going hammering F and D with a few dissenting opinions. S for the Orca says Slowpoke TCG.
Slowpoke, go back to SeaWorld.
B for the Colts.
Wow.
S for the Orca, more Slowpoke just really wants that.
Slowpoke spamming for the S.
Yeah. LeBron hairline, 5 head. I saw another big 4 head. Yeah, they made him shrimpy.
LeBron hairline. No. Oh, it's giving derpy Shamu.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it is, Melissa. Yes.
I'm happy to put this. Yes, that is my wife. I would be happy to put this above Celebi in the F tier.
Agreed.
Okay. Metagross.
Tough.
I feel strongly about this card. I love this card.
Yeah, this card is tough.
This card is so good.
Yeah, and the other cool thing about this card is Metagross deserves the love in Gen 3 for how beastly he is in this generation. Yes. I distinctly remember like putting together my all-time great Leaf Green team, and then I battled my brother via link cable, and he had Emerald and I did not. And I had and so he brought a bunch of Mons that I had, because I had never played Gen 3 at the time. And he brought a Metagross to the fight, and I got crushed. Like, this guy's nasty and deserves all the love. And then the artwork here, tasteful. You can see the guy.
Yeah.
The crimson background is fire. Shiny Metagross has a gold face. Are you kidding? Let's go.
I know. Yeah. He got a great shiny. There's a lot of hollow space on this card. Yeah, contrast is great. It is interesting. Someone said something like, Fabian in the chat said, I don't know why vendors hate Metagross Gold Star. There is an interesting thing where it is surprisingly hard to sell. It is one of the less liquid Gold Stars. I pick it up all the time because I like it. I there was a point where I had it like raw 5, 7, and 6, so that I don't say 6, 7. I had just had like every other grade of this card, and it's for months. I think I ended up wholesaling some of them because they just wouldn't move. Like collectors and vendors didn't care for it. But I have 4 Gold Stars raw in my PC currently. Thank you, Jake.
You're welcome. Sorry, I just needed to make sure you knew.
Thank you so much. It's really helpful input. I have 4 raw Gold Stars in my binder, and Metagross is one of them.
Yeah, this card is tough. I mean, its liquidity suffers from the fact that just like most people are not like Metagross collectors, but we're talking about, and it's expensive, right? So like it's a small subset of people. The people who collect this card either love Metagross or they want to get all the Gold Stars. Really, it's like one or the other.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of slept on, but from an artwork standpoint, compared to the other Gold Stars, this is an S tier art.
You're going S tier?
Don't you think?
I'm looking at how I feel. I like it better than the Alakazam and Entei for sure. I think I like it similarly to the Charizard. Let's see. I guess if I take a quick look at everything holistically, like if Metagross is in an S tier, what is kind of question? I'm okay with somewhere. It belongs to be near the top. Let's crown it our first S tier and see how we feel about it as we flesh it all out.
Okay.
It might be well, yeah, we'll see. It's up there. I love it, and I'm glad that we're giving it its due here. It's good. Carl's saying in the chat between Zard and Zam, that was where my gut went as well. Like, I think if this were my tier list, that might be where I would put it. But I don't feel weird at all about having it in the S tier.
I don't know if I should include this criteria for all of the cards, and maybe this is cheating, but like when I'm thinking about other Metagross cards, I think this is the best Metagross card. When I'm thinking about Charizard cards, Gold Star Charizard is not the best Charizard card.
I don't know if I care about that that criteria. I get what you're saying. We're comparing them against the Gold Stars, though.
I know, but my mind went there.
I gotcha. Okay, so some people are feeling lower end of S. That's probably where I'm going to end up, is high A. Yeah, a lot of A plus, low S. I think that's right. I think we're in that zone. Bob Goblin says S tier is aggressive. Ain't no way, says Wheelie Boy J. Yeah. Let's leave it as probably destined to be a low S tier. I think that sounds in the right. At least it's close enough. I'm not using my override to say it's an A. I love that card.
Yeah.
Okay. Mew.
This is a grail for me. Mew Gold Star. Delta species.
Yep.
I love that.
I like him as a water type. It kind of, I get it.
Coming from Dragon Frontiers, again, when I really consider it, I view Dragon Frontiers as probably the best set ever made. And Mew Gold Star leading the charge with Charizard Gold Star, like, hard to grade. It's got it for me. This is S. I love Mew Gold Star.
The criticism that Sal has in the chat here, hardly a hollow, is I think the only thing to knock on this card is that Delta species, like, sort of vertical gloss hollow, as opposed, like, imagine this with the full background Cosmo hollow. You could have a swirl. Like, it would be, I would like that better. This is one of the 4 Gold Stars I have in my PC. You're saying S?
It's S for me.
Let me zoom out.
Like this card has huge eye appeal.
Yeah.
Like if you have a Mew Gold Star in your case, people are like, "Dang, you got Mew Gold Star, bro."
Someone coming to my side on non-Cosmo is a great point. I mean, we're not far apart on this one. To me, I think if it's my tier list, it might be in the high A. Do you put it below or above Metagross?
It's above Metagross for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
Love this card, and I'm happy to put my foot down if we have to.
Whoa. Whoa. Maybe I kind of want you to spend your one hard override.
That's fine. I'll spend it here. I want to own this card. The fact that it's $200,000 makes me a little queasy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to own. I bought a kind of heavily played copy for my binder for $300 like a year ago, maybe. So I'm happy to own it at that level. Man. Above Metagross?
Make Jake spend his override.
I might do it, man. I might do it. I might make you spend your override. You're gonna override and put it at the top of S tier. I would have probably put it at the top of A tier.
I'm comfortable with that if we decide to move the Metagross down behind it, but I think
Whoa.
it's better than Metagross.
Interesting.
There's only 2 gold star. I already know what they are. There's only 2 gold stars that I'm thinking are above Mew. So I'm thinking that we'll probably agree on those, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Okay? Is it that it has to be an S tier or that it has to be above Metagross? What if we put it in S below Metagross right now?
Rage.
JT's like it's above Metagross, definitely above Metagross.
if it's behind Metagross, then I turn off the stream immediately.
It's just over. The stream's over.
Yeah,
Well,
I snap my camera in half.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I feel like I'm keeping the P. Okay. I mean, we are arguing semantics here as far as like I'm.
This whole thing is semantics.
Well, I mean, if we were far apart on, yeah, sure. Okay. I'm seeing it there. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Hey, well, hey, hold on. Are you making me use my override or not? Because I'm not trying to force you into anything.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Let's see at the end. Like if we still have overrides and we need to move things around at the end, maybe that's where it gets spent. But let's I like seeing it there. Yeah, it doesn't make me mad. I love the card. I feel weird like arguing as if I'm arguing against it. I love this card. So
yep.
Okay. Let's go to Mewtwo.
You go first on opinion here. Obviously, I have personal experience here.
Yeah, I think this is a great card. I think the pose is cool. The amount of Holo and Cosmo Holo here. Some lore stuff around it. It feels less rare. In Japanese, I think it's one of the gift box ones. So it's one of the ones that you see a little bit more. So that knocks it down a tiny bit. But I think, great mon, great pose. I like the contrast. I like the Holo background. This one is probably somewhere in the low A to high B range for me personally, would probably be my gut.
Yeah, no, I actually agree exactly with that. Okay. Which is why, like, when I graded this card, came back at 10, like, obviously now I look back and think, oh, I should have kept it. I only think that for value reasons. Like the reason that I sold it at the time is because I didn't personally love it.
Yeah.
I think Mewtwo image from below Mewtwo here is making him look quite hefty in the hips, which is canon Mewtwo.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of
Okay.
So it's good, but not great.
Yep. I think I'm okay with that. What if we go like hot? I think I like Gyarados better.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
So B. It's gonna maybe like high B tier, maybe when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
I think that seems okay. Let's see what people say. B under Gary. Fabian agrees exactly. Low S. A. Solid A. Behind Zard A. B. S. So people generally agree it's good. Like we're in the B to S range with A maybe being an average. So I think we're okay here. Like I do think I like looking at this. I do like all 6 cards we've put ahead of it more.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. All 6 of these are better than Mewtwo.
Yeah. Okay. Mudkips.
I like Mudkip.
Do you like this rendering of Mudkip, or do you just like Mudkip because of who he is as a person?
I do like this rendering of Mudkip. I think it's quite cutie. Great holo on this card. I'm going to be pretty high on this. I don't think this is an S tier card, but I'm going to be pretty high on Mudkip. What about you?
To me, this is in the B to A range again. I think I like it better than the Mewtwo. I don't think it's one of the best gold stars. I think it's one of the. I think a lot of love it gets is value related more so than the card itself. I would be comfortable with this somewhere in the low A to high B range.
Yeah, I was going to say this is better than Gary on B.
I think it might be. So like somewhere around here.
Yep.
I think that's yeah. It's do we think low A or high B?
I'm not putting it in A personally.
Okay, high B. I think that's again, we're really talking semantics. So B plus range. Yeah, so we're kind of landing on B plus. C pretty average for Sal. A, S, B, A above Alakazam. So this one's, I think people are the strong S's are probably very Mudkip bias.
Yeah.
Like people just love Mudkip the Mon, and
yeah, the Mudkip definitely has a following.
For sure. Deservedly so, I think. Great typing as it evolves. Swampert, like groundwater, is awesome.
Not enough Swampert cards in general, by the way.
Agreed. There's a couple really good ones. There's a Swampert EX that kind of has the a little bit of that Fukuda vibe. I don't know if he drew it. I don't think he drew it, but anyway. Let's go Pikachu Gold Star.
Okay, let's just say the elephant in the room right here. We've got arms crossed that look like heavy laden bosoms. And I can't unsee it. I can never, like, once someone said it, I've never been able to unsee it.
Yep. Yep.
Same. So this used to be the, like, when I probably year 1 or 2 into collecting, I thought this was like my ultimate chase for Gold Stars. But then I was poisoned by the bosom booby chew allegations that I can't get over it.
Some people are getting this ruined for them now, including my wife, new to this
I'm sorry.
Line of thinking. Ruined. Oh God, now I see it. Yeah.
No warning. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, guys, we should have put on the, can we get a blur? Can we get the blur square out on there?
Yeah. Oh man, I think that definitely affects it for me. Is Chubby Little Belly is sort of like maybe undercutting how tough he could have been. He's got like a bit of a Baby Buddha thing happening in this card. So C-ish.
Scroll up to B. Remind me what B is all about.
Not a little bit here. These are good cards in B.
For me, Pikachu is bottom of B tier, underneath Mewtwo.
I would have gone high C. This is not like a...
Like the Pikachu's in the same line as the Latios, bro? No.
Well, I'm saying maybe the Latios doesn't even deserve C, maybe.
Oh, wow. Latios demoted, he's saying.
Maybe. Okay, let's go low B on Pika. Is not. I think that's acceptable. I like the card. I buy it a lot. I've had it in Japanese in a bunch of different grades. It's
I mean, it's a Pikachu. It's a Pikachu. So like you can't be mad about owning it. But like if we're talking about Gold Star arts,
I'm with you. Javern Raw says thick boy. Yeah, the thick hunches guys right next to each other here.
Why y'all body shaming all the mons up? Pocket Pals, it's not about body shame. It's about nudity, you know? Like, Pika needs a shirt in that picture.
We did body shame Groudon and Gyarados and Mewtwo.
That's true. Mewtwo, I did say heavy-hipped.
And Kyogre and Jolteon. We have insulted the physique of half of these cards today.
Okay, yeah, that's probably true. But that's the point of it.
Okay, let's keep it moving. I might, if you don't mind, I might go do a restroom break. If you want to start your opinion on Raikou, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do it. What do you think of Raikou?
So definitely for me is the worst of the 3 beasts. Obviously we haven't gotten to Suicune yet, but spoiler alert, I think Raikou for me is like in third of the three dogs or cats or whatever you want to call them. And then, yeah, for whatever reason, like this one to me, just like it just feels a little cheaper Then other Gold Star cards. Chat, what are you saying? Oh, Fabian wants to know why we put Entei so high. I just really love the Entei card. I think it's really tasteful, great artwork. Implode says worst of the beasts, but still decent. Yeah. Franny left for a bit and came back to body shaming. It's okay. It's okay if they're fictional characters, right? Is that right? Yeah. There's a LeBron hairline. We did say a lot. So Entei, I'm a huge fan of the Entei. Raikou is, I don't know. I'm curious what Ricky's going to say, is probably in the C range for me.
I think I heard most of it. You said Raikou is your least favorite of the Gold Stars or of these?
Of the Gold Star beasts, the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I come in on you saying C-ish?
Yeah, C range. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to run quick as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree with C. What does the chat think? Let's go through. Chat said, oh, there's a lot of C. Raikou D. I'm crying out about I think the constructive criticism around their physiques. Yes, body shaming them. Worst of the beast, but still decent. Yeah, I agree with that, Implode. I think it sounds like Jake does too. So what do we think? Yes, Franny, body shaming the Mons. A lot of C's and D's for sure. I think C is good. I like low C. I think low C to high D is appropriate. I'm curious what Jake will say when we get back. I might like it. I might like Groudon more than the Raikou, especially again given the lore. Yeah, worse than Groudon. I kind of feel like it is. That's the one thing I'm struggling with here. I like the Groudon more, especially once you add in that lore. So Jake, we're all landing. We're definitely converging on low C, but do you like the Raikou more than the Groudon?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I also think Raikou is above Latios personally.
But below Flareon.
Guys, Latios just looks like a giant toothbrush. Okay, yeah. we need. It's so bad.
It looks like a Q-tip.
Yeah.
Should Latios be lower?
Yeah.
I think it's. Is it better than Groudon?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not even as good as Jolteon. It's so bad.
Oh no. Okay.
It's falling fast.
Yeah. We're doing.
It's a slippery slope for a Q-tip.
Yeah. So people saying better than Latios, and worse than Groudon. Okay, I think we fixed it.
Latios out here looking like female hygiene stuff. Yeah, well, I understand.
Ruining all the Gold Stars.
Bro's ruining all the Gold Stars.
It's all relative.
We're 511 Fabian. You'll thank me later when you save yourself $20,000 not buying these bad Gold Stars.
Fair. Also fair. We're also comparing like one of the coolest overall buckets of cards ever. So even a bad Gold Star is pretty decent.
Yeah, just wait till we do like an ultimate 5-hour stream of every Silver Border EX. That will be the day.
I kind of want to do it. Maybe that's we'll come back to that. Okay. Regirock.
Okay, hot take. I'm actually a Regirock fan.
Apologist.
Yeah, the Gold Star Regirock. If we're talking about like presentation of the Mon, does it accurately depict like the toughness, the mythicalness of the Mon? I am down for Gold Star Regirock. Now the unfortunate thing about Regirock is that it's Regirock.
Yes.
And so it's going to be hard for it to compete with a lot of other stuff. Franny's going meh, and that's because Regirock is literally a pile of rocks, not much for the eye to behold.
It's funny because like I played so much Gen 3. Gen 3 is like so nostalgic for me.
Yes.
And at the time when I was playing it, I liked the mystery of the Reggies and playing the game
Me
and finding
too.
them in the cave. And then as time has gone on, they just didn't age well at all as a trio for me. And I think you've said before that you like, maybe it was, I don't remember if it was you or JT. One of you guys really likes like even the later Reggies, the new Reggies that got added.
No, I don't like the new Reggies, but I do love the, like, back in the day playing Gen 3 without the internet to tell you how to get these things.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to get Reggies through hearsay on the playground.
Yeah.
And then you learn that you can migrate them up to Gen 4 and unlock Regigigas. Like, so sick, that kind of interactivity between generations.
Agreed.
But no one's using Regirock in their team. Come on, no.
Yeah. Okay. So the chat is pretty divided maybe on this one. I think most people are agreeing with it. Like if we average it out, it would fall in C, what the chat is saying. I think it's worse than that. Sal says it's the worst of the gold stars. Let's look at it in context here because it kind of helps to see our list here. I don't hate the card for what it's worth. I kind of like the contrast again with the blue background and stuff, but
yeah, a huge criteria here for me is like the presentation of the Mon in and of itself. And in this case, I think it's better than everything F and D for me. For me, this is probably in the C just because it's Regirock, but not because it's a bad art of Regirock.
Yeah. Low C, under Raikou, above Groudon.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I am too. Actually, I'm a little surprised. Yeah, I like that. I think that's appropriate. I think that's okay. Some people saying it's better than Flareon. Low C, high D. Yeah, Pokestan. I think we got it right. You got it right. Registeel.
Another one. A very almost exactly the same story for me here. I don't have anything novel to say about it. So I would put it in the same exact spot, although I like the Regirock more. So for me, this is C tier, presents the Mon well. No one really likes Registeel in and of itself, but like it's a good artwork of Registeel.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? It's for you. It's what tier?
C, behind the Regirock.
Behind Regirock. I feel like it's if I could only have a few gold stars in my collection, I don't think I'd pick Registeel over Groudon or maybe Jolteon.
It sounds like you're weighing the Mon over the artwork in that case then.
That might be right. It's hard to decouple.
Which is okay.
Yeah. I don't think this I get what I understand your point actually, that as a depiction of Registeel, it is good. As a Pokemon, as a gold star, it is bad.
Yeah. But it's not as bad as Celebi.
No. So I would put it here, I think.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. How do we feel, chat?
Only part of this is just due to the rage I feel over how bad Flareon is. I'm sorry, Jolteon.
Jolteon, yeah. Just making sure it's above Jolteon. Yeah, that's fair.
Fran hates the Reggies. Yeah, Fran hates all ultra uncute Pokemon. If it's uncute, then it's hated.
Someone actually, JT can attest to this. Someone came by and looked at our Registeel Gold Star at Card Party and said, "It's so cute." Remember that, JT?
Cute is in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
It is. They were like, yeah, he's like round and stuff, like he's metal. Like I was like,
he's a giant metal man beast, so cute.
And my wife's saying they have zero charm. I think that is they are inaccessible. They are not charming. I agree with that.
Yeah,
yes, that legit happened. Yeah, yeah. Suicune.
I like Suicune.
I do too. I wonder if this one's going to be controversial or not. I
think this Suicune art does a lot to portray just how like elusive Suicune seems in the games. It's interesting how Suicune plays like this central role in Crystal. And I think again, it's giving like more mythical vibes here. I don't like it as much as Entei for the artwork. but it's up there. It's good.
I
If I could own one Suicune card in a 10, I would choose this.
Nice. Okay. I think I agree with you on all of that. I like this card. It didn't, it was at risk of getting the back leg proportion treatment that Jolteon got and becoming a bad card and having him look like he has derpy no back legs. But he looks totally in proportion here. I agree with that. It looks elusive. The way the front paws are both out of the frame. I do think it's a good depiction. It gives you what you think of with Suicune. So I am leaning somewhere in the mid to low B tier.
I think it's better than Mudkip personally.
You would put it at high B?
I would.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Is it better than Mudkip? Oh man, I'm just trying the lore on the Gold Star dogs and trying to turn the secondary market brain off. I don't hate that. I think that's okay. I like this card. What do y'all think?
Good card.
Suicune for B, A, B, B, B. Looking fresh out the salon. Very pretty card. Elegant. My wife's favorite of the three as well. A lot of votes for A's and B's. Okay, high B feels... I like high B. Okay. Torchic.
I love this little chicken nugget. One of the first gold stars that I ever owned.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the hollow pattern here. Like if you zoom in just a touch more, if you can.
I don't know if I think I'm all the way in here.
Okay. Well, the hollow pattern here, like with that kind of with the bright light around the Torchic, it's like giving off like a little bit of energy. Yeah. You see how it's like it kind of like
the gradient.
Yes. It's so nice. It's so it's like cutie, but also like has a like an air of real rarity here.
Yeah. The feathers kind of coming out of the frame too.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this one's gonna be controversial or not. I also love this. It is also hard for me to decouple the bias of the nostalgia for Gen 3 and that Torchic was my original starter. And I absolutely, my primary run through of Gen 3, I played with a level 80 Blaziken and a bunch of max revives, and I just absolutely ran through Elite Four with an overleveled Blaziken.
You just blaze kick Shift Tree in the face.
Basically, yeah. The wink gets me. That's a good call too. The wink is great. The wink does a lot for the personality here. When we talk about no charm, the low charm of the Reggies, this is a high charm maxing.
Yeah, and not that it matters for this discussion, but as far as I understand, this card in a PSA 10 is worth well over $1 million right now.
Yeah, we're not
talking about that. That doesn't matter, but it is kind of a true fact right now, just so you guys know.
Yeah. Someone Nundark. Yeah, I like the call out here too. The gradient on the hollow, tons of hollow surface area. Definitely one of the better gold stars. I agree. I'm glad we agree. I was worried. I know some people hate this card. Is Melissa saying, "Oh my God, what to the $1 million PSA 10?" Yeah.
This hobby's crazy.
Is it A or S?
For me, S.
Under, above Metagross, below Mew?
For me, it's over all of those. So far, for me, this tiny little nugget is the top of the iceberg.
What do we think, chat? People are agreeing with S. Is it above all the others right now? Someone says, no way, it's better than Zard. Middle of Mew and Gross. Fabian, that is where my instinct was as well. Torchic is a S. Clears A tier, low S. You can't see this card and not be happy.
That's right, Nundark. Speak the truth.
Sal thinks this is a price equals coolness. It's average, B or C.
Stop it. This chicken nugget has the juice.
Can we put it in S below Mew?
Yes.
Okay.
But just know that you owe me forever.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Is this, hang on. Is this correct? Do we have this right, chat? Do we have this right?
That looks pretty good to me.
We're close. If it's not exactly spot on, we're dang close. Let's revisit at the end. The more I look at this Torchic, the more I like him. Trico.
Yes, do that. Yeah. Franny out here, Mew maxing.
Nice.
Trico. I don't know about this.
Yeah, dude, this one's not great. I think they could have done something really cool. I feel like we've had, I don't know. I mean, this Trico, man. His nose, he looks just like a weird Yoshi.
Yeah. Yeah, this picture of Trico makes him look like it's not a Pokemon. He just looks like a gecko. Like straight up, this is just like from Animal Planet.
Yeah. You're touching on what I was trying to get at, which is like yeah. He just looks like a little gummy, like a Neopet. I was trying to think like some of these lizard form mons and what cards they've had, like Kecleon had a really good IR not long ago. And I know that we're not comparing to IRs, but like you can do something with this this body shape and his little snoot being kind of what's coming out. How could we have made him cooler? I don't know, man, but this one's like somewhere in the C-ish, D-ish range for me, maybe high D.
Wow, that low, huh?
I think so. I think I like the Regirock better. And I think I like Groudon better, personally. What do you think?
I'm probably Trico over Groudon, so I'm probably low C here.
Okay, I am comfortable with low C under Regirock here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Yeah, just left to the milieu of mid forever.
Yeah. Looks like a gummy candy, yeah. Below Regirock.
That's a sign that I need to go buy dessert for Franny before I get home.
Yeah. Yes, my love of reptiles. Yeah, man. I've for folks that don't know, I have multiple pet reptiles, and I always have since I was 7 years old. I love reptiles. But yeah, no hate necessarily on Trico. I do also think Trico is clearly the worst of the Gen 3 starters. But that's neither here nor there. Okay. Franny says, I'm shook by the whole F tier unless F is for Franny likes it. For Kyogre and Celebi, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, take a closer look at that Kyogre, Fran. You'll change your mind.
Trico over Chicken.
Yeah, that's just straight up crazy talk.
Trico over Chicken.
Yeah, I'll trade you. You trade me a Torchic for my Trico all day long.
Okay. No, it's not Celebi slander. If you were here earlier, you would know that we gave Celebi its flowers, but this depiction of Celebi compared to the other Gold Star cards is not good. Latios got to go to F. We'll debate that. Vaporeon,
best of the EVs. Well, the best of the 3 EVs.
Gold Star. Yeah, I agree with that. I like it the most too.
But still not fabulous.
Agreed.
You know?
Yes, agreed.
Like I think so, like the power of the EVs in like their design is their simplicity.
Yeah.
And the Gold Star EVs are just too busy. Like compare this Gold Star Flareon to the Delta species. Sorry, not the Flareon, the Vaporeon to the Delta species Vaporeon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just so simple, and timeless, and the Gold Star is just kind of too much. But it's better than the other two. So for me, it's probably better than the Booby Chew. So I'm up I'm up there in B probably.
I agree enough that I'm wondering if we should downgrade Bosom Chew. Is Bosom Chew deserving of B?
Someone in chat earlier said double Pikachu. Yeah, I'm probably okay with Pikachu getting downgraded and then throwing the Vaporeon up there and B.
Okay, let's try it on for size. Let's see how we feel about it. Vaporeon up here at the bottom of B. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Bottom of B and Booby to top of C. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Foxy, we had to do it.
Some
Pika
people are
needs a
shook,
shirt.
but yeah.
until the ugly Reggies.
Okay.
We're losing the chat. We're off the rails.
No, this is perfect. It's the definitive tier list. Can't be argued. Yeah. Espeon and Umbreon are next. So our non-holo Pop Series 5 cats.
Okay, so the fact that these are non-holo cards does hold them back, but from like a pose artwork presentation of the Mon standpoint, I actually love both of these. I love both of them. I'm a huge fan of the Espeon in particular.
I like the Espeon better too. The Umbreon gets a little lost for me.
Yeah.
In the background, like it's dark on the right side, kind of what's happening in the back. The Espeon is a dynamic. It didn't get the terrible back haunches problem that Jolteon and Celebi have. Yeah. The shadow's cool. I have a little bit of Espeon bias. I like Espeon, but yeah, the non-holo's a thing. Okay, so let's see what the chat's saying. A or S? Yeah, my gut is saying around the the A range for Espeon.
Yeah, I'm in A for sure. Let's see where it fits.
Yeah, we're in A. So Charizard, Alakazam, Entei. I think it's above Entei.
Yeah, I also think it's better than Alakazam.
I think so too, but maybe about as good as the Charizard.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right. Then I think we've got our decision. It is right there. What do we think, chat? What do we think? Above Alakazam, above Entei, below Entei for sure. Espeon A, Umbreon C, Espeon S, Umbreon A plus, A, B, and I'm an Umbreon or an Espeon Master Setter, Espeon low S. Okay, so I think we're in the high A range is probably acceptable.
Foxy needs to know why Gyarados is in B tier. Foxy, it's because he looks like an appetizer. He's literally shrimp.
Yeah, look at his small body.
With no vowels. SHRMP. Shrimp.
Shrimp. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's go Umbreon.
Yeah, I like Umbi, but don't like love. So I'm thinking we need to surf in the B tier and see where it lines up.
So we've got Suicune, Mudkip, Gyarados, Mewtwo, and Vaporeon.
I am above. Wow. Okay. Actually, I would need to trade. I think Mewtwo is better than Gyarados personally.
Whoa. I don't personally think so.
Okay. Because I think that Umbi is better than both of those, but not as good as Mudkip.
Yeah. I don't hate that. I think Umbi is somewhere. It really comes down to how you feel about Gyarados.
Yeah. And you know how I feel.
Yes. Well, let's put Umbi right here.
Listen, guys, I love Gyarados as a Mon. One of my grails that I have right now is Shining Gyarados. But the shrimp here just absolutely makes me rage. Better than Shrimp Boy.
My wife hates the Umbi art here. Says great Mon, terrible art on the level of Jolteon for her.
Wow.
I don't agree with that take, my dearest.
Yeah, maybe I might be rarity brained. It's like impossible to pull this card too.
Yeah, I'm trying to decouple it. Like, gosh, man. Yeah, we have to come back to. Okay, let's just see how we feel when we get to the end. I also like shiny Umbreon. I like the blue, thing that they did with it, but the card being a non-holo and the way it blends it, I just think it's.
I'm sorry, Silver Golduck. We're ruining the hobby for you one card at a time. I'm so sorry. I've been accused of ruining the hobby, but not for this.
We thought we would do a fun little like collector-oriented thing for the first time in a while, and this is going to be the most controversial thing we've ever done.
Lose more subscribers from this than anything else. Lol.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. I mean, I lost so many over the last few weeks.
All right, so Latios. Latios way better than Latios.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
Latios in this case actually looks like a Pokemon instead of something you find in the bathroom.
I like it has the same like red turned goldish thing that I was talking about with like the Scizor and the Groudon shiny. So I do kind of like that. I again, the Gen 3 nostalgia. I try not to be too biased here, but I like this card. I would love to own it. I think it has a decent amount of like hollow space behind it. To me, I think it's somewhere in the B's.
I don't know. I'm warming up to it. I'm the bees are strong though. It for me, it's probably not better than Mudkip.
I agree.
But it probably is better than Umbi.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, let's put it there for now and see how I feel about it later. But I feel like it's
tough. It's a tough card.
Yeah, I like it. It's cool. Okay. Let's do the hardest one of the bunch. Rayquaza Gold Star.
Yeah, guys, this card really is all that, actually.
It really is. This is one of the greatest Pokemon cards of all time.
Yeah, it might actually be the best.
You think it might be the best Pokemon card of all time?
There's an argument that this is the best Pokemon card ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the chat.
It has everything going. I mean, it really has everything going for it.
The fact that this has the Cosmos foil too, and like very frequently gets swirls right by the face, like or coming out of the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, the claw's tough. The pose is dynamic. This is what Shrimpados should have been.
Yes,
this looks like he's a big snake man in the sky kind of thing. Shrimpados could have done.
It's giving the fact that Rayquaza battles Deoxys in space. Like let's be honest. That's what's happening here. And this is the best card on the list.
And the contrast it is really good. The thing that bothers me the most about the Umbreon, where like this whole side of it kind of gets lost into the background. That was a risk here, but like the way they drew the light onto, like you could really see the whole outline, and the face is like the centerpiece. I mean, it is one of the greatest Pokemon cards of all time.
It is.
Yeah, that's going all the way at the top of S tier, with arguments in the chat that it belongs in its own tier.
Yeah, God tier.
Does anyone disagree? Everyone's saying S, I think.
Yeah. There's rarity piece, there's value piece, but like we can all put that to bed. Like if let's say they came out with a Gold Star Rayquaza reprint in the Classic Collection 30th anniversary, like that would be everybody's chase. Even if it's plentiful, like it's just so tough.
Yeah. Okay, we have one more, and then I think we need to discuss what we've gotten.
Yeah, we need to discuss putting the Gyarados into the garbage can.
No, I almost think okay, well, let's finish. Let's go Regice.
Okay.
This
card is goob. This is bad.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, this is like Regice gives you a big hug at the mall or something.
Yeah, he's gonna pick you up like a little baby.
Yeah.
Oh man.
D over Latios? Yeah, probably. Latios is infuriating, so it can't be worse than that.
Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a good. Is it? I like the Regirock better. I think I like it better than the Registeel.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Somewhere around there.
I personally don't like it as much as the Registeel, but I mean it's close.
It's in this range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, below Groudon, above Registeel. The people are saying that in the chat here.
Celebi is F. Yeah, Celebi is F. This is a horrible like excuse for a like a Santa elf or something like that. It looks so bad.
Okay. We've gotten everything in and we haven't used like our hard override. As I'm looking at the S tier, I'm wondering if Metagross we've overrated slightly. What do you think?
Yeah, it's probably true.
I think it's somewhere like it's somewhere in the high A.
I think I might like Espeon more.
I might too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Is chicken too low?
I personally vote the chicken over the Mew, but if I do that, then my wife might leave me. Metagross F, says Franny. Okay, it's getting late. We're in trouble.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that now you gotta couples therapy, spin it back up.
Yeah, we got to get it scheduled.
Get it back on the books, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so let's see what people are thinking. Is dabbing have we overrated Latios after downgrading it so much? We started with it. It was like our first one, so we didn't want to be too harsh on it. And then as time has gone on, we're like, yeah, this is not a good goal.
Okay. Actually, I like what they're saying. I think Celebi is the top of F. And I think Toothbrush is the worst Gold Star.
It might be, dude. Oh my gosh, that's surprising.
It's horrible.
That's surprising. But I get it. I'm with you. Oh man.
Pika deserves B. No, dude.
We had it in low B, and it just was like, we just kept putting stuff over it. It's if you're in low B and we're putting every B tier card above it, you might just be a high C. I mean,
if you traded Vaporeon for Pikachu, I wouldn't be like rage at you. I wouldn't be so mad.
Okay. I wouldn't either, but this feels right to me. What does the chat think? Pikachu as either bottom B or top of C. What do we think, chat?
High C was a great drink. Yeah, you keep saying high C and I get thirsty.
High C.
Back when our parents let us drink beverages with sugar in them.
Pika over Vaporeon. Okay. Is someone saying Groudon moves up to maybe low C also?
No. I'm disappointed in Groudon.
How Shrimp be with Pika and C? Espeon is too high. Wow, a lot of.
This is a great point. The Pika for me personally is better than the Shrimp. I have to say, Shrimp bad.
Really?
Yeah, Shrimp. I think it suffers from the disappointment. It's not just in and of itself. It's like what it could have been.
Wow. Man.
But again, I know you like the Gyarados more than I do. So
I do. I think it's about in the right place for me. Honestly, I think for me personally, like again, value and rarity, everything aside, I would probably put the Gyarados like above the Umbreon, honestly, but I don't want to make anybody mad.
I'd be mad, yeah.
How do we feel about Bosom True, double Pikachu at the bottom of B?
Yeah, B's too busy right now. Somebody needs to go down.
Yeah.
It probably should be Gyarados.
No, I would rather put Vaporeon at the top of C.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. What about Entei? Is Entei deserving of A?
It is to me.
Compared to Suicune?
Entei's a fabulous art. It's like, it's hard carried by the art.
Yeah, it is a good art. It is. Gyarados can't be in C. Someone said downgrade Pikachu also to C. Something like that. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Seems more balanced.
Yeah, it does. We've got a good looking list here now. Wow, it's pretty symmetrical. Okay, now we are really, if not the definitive tier list, we are close.
Yeah, what we have here is basically an inarguable fact, just portrayed in a computer screen.
Yeah, it's looking that way. Does anyone in the chat have a real argument, not just an opinion, like such and such is sacrilege, or Franny saying the Reggies are bad or whatever? Anyone have a Celebi at the bottom? Surely that's a joke. It's not a joke. We love Celebi as a mon. We think this pose and this angle are not good. Have we done? How is this too harsh on Celebi?
No, I don't even want to own this card. Throw it away.
Is Jolteon in the right place?
Yeah, Jolteon's bad, but not.
Yeah,
not
I think
that
we're in the
bad.
right. Dude, I think this is pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Me too.
Inarguable fact, everyone. I think we're locking it in.
Yeah, we're locking in. Final answer, Regis. This is what it is.
We're locking it in. This is the definitive Gold Star tier list. You're welcome for what we've done for the hobby.
Can you screenshot this so we can share it on social media and say this is true whether you like it or not?
Yeah. There we go. Download image. Yep, I will share that with you. Can also do a screenshot or whatever, but yeah, I'll send that to you. And people are just gonna have to live with the facts.
Yeah, I don't make the rules. I just live by them.
Yeah.
Forgot Greninja. Greninja don't count. Greninja ain't nothing.
If we did Greninja, I mean, where does it go? Like middle of C?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So it's like somewhere, like it's like, gosh, is it even the middle of C? Almost like Regirock better.
It's somewhere in a bulk bin, honestly.
It's like right above Trico, right below Regirock.
Got to do the primes one day. Great idea.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got silver border ideas or silver borders. We got
crystals,
primes, crystals. Yeah. When we talked, we should do crystals and shinings together, just for the quantity of them.
Yeah, we should do crystals and shinings. Primes is great. We should also totally do primes. Okay. Well, that was fun to make the definitive Gold Star tier list that no one can argue and isn't opinions. People in the chat are saying good list.
Hold on. Are you gonna use your one override on anything?
I mean, it's surprising we didn't really have to, but I feel pretty good about where we're at. I mean, like, again, if it's my own list, I think Gyarados comes up above Umbreon. That might be the only thing in here that I don't like. I'm not sure I feel really great about. I almost think Trico at bottom of C is potentially generous to Trico.
Okay, so in your case, you want to use your override to move Gyarados up. So you go first, and then I'll use my override to move Gyarados down to D tier, and then it's over. It's the advantage of going second.
Wow.
You know?
No, in fighting, you always want to go first. Almost always.
Tell that to
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Tell it to Robert Whitaker.
Tell it to almost every active champion is a pressure fighter since like 2010.
Yeah.
This looks really great, to be honest. Like genuinely, I think we got it right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Work of art. Okay, beautiful. So should we wrap it up in a nice little bow with our elite forecast? Or no?
Do you want to do it?
Oh yeah, Q&A. Should we save time for Q&A?
Yeah, we're running. This is like the shortest episode we've had in a while. Yeah, let's do like 15, 20 minutes of Q&A. I don't think we've had. I mean, the chat's obviously been participating, which has been fun. I don't think we've had a lot of questions come in. But folks, let's do Q&A. What we did have though throughout is we did have a few super chats that we didn't acknowledge. So let's make sure to thank those folks.
Let's do that.
Krabby's Cards with a $5 super chat right at the beginning of the stream. Jake, great meeting you at NJ Collecticon. Thanks for the deal on the Nagaba Pika. Ricky, bummed I didn't get to meet you. Maybe I'll catch you at November. Yeah, sorry, Krabby. I tried, and people were reselling these tables for like $3,000 a piece, and that was just hard to justify. So then we angled to get into Seattle, Tacoma front row instead as potentially a more accessible show, but those were also sold out, and we got like last minute invited to apply to get a table. Anyway, I would love to go out to the East Coast sometime and meet y'all over there. We will hopefully do it next year. Slowpoke, $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Do you see the Rayquaza EX PSA 10 from Dragon going to 30K considering it's the first Ray card printed?
The EX Dragon EXs are relatively high pop. At least the popular ones are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're like on the fast track to 30K, but like long term with the trend that we're seeing in vintage, I think it's very possible. It's not the most desirable Rayquaza. The artwork is a bit like has like kind of big goofy ears almost. And the antennae, I guess, are kind of pronounced. So it's not like the biggest chase for Rayquaza people.
Mm-hmm. The Legendary Collection with a $10 super chat about an hour and a half ago. Need some advice on comping near mint vintage cards with low to no sales. When I find a sale, my copy seems better. Is it fair to comp over last sales if your copy is minty? We're talking about for Stendio Expedition. Yes, I would say so. Condition matters a lot here. Another thing that I like to do, and I think, Jake, you do the exact same thing. If the data is not readily available somewhere like TCG Player, I will try to find sort of the similar range of PSA grades that I think the card would likely get and try to don't overshoot it, right? Don't say, well, this looks like a 9, and so therefore it commands 9 prices. But a lot of near mint cards are, maybe a 6 or a 7 or 6 or a 7 or an 8. Go for it. Go for it. Oh, God. And then you could subtract the grading fee, which right now is like $50. So if you've got a near mint card, it has no sales. It looks like the last sale was a less clean copy. It was $250, and you look up a PSA 6, and that's $200. Like, you're kind of in that range. But if yours a little better than the 6 and the raw copy you're looking at, yeah, maybe $275, $300 is the appropriate price for that card, as an example. I don't know what you think, Jake.
No notes. Yep, I do the same thing.
Yep. Zorner gave us $2 and said Metagross S tier. Didn't know we boozing tonight, but we did downgrade it to sort of middle of A tier ultimately. But
yeah, the buzz kind of wore off, and
yeah. Let's look at. I'm going to catch up on some of the most recent ones. So I think there were some Gold Star related ones. So in theme, Vect Smith with this tier list done. If you had to buy a Gold Star in an 8, what would you buy?
Like this very moment, Latios.
Interesting answer. Why?
So the Ray just had the all-time auction.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the Lotties are at auction as we speak. And so I think they're going to get pulled up by both of those. And so the 8, I think, has a good chance. If you buy it for, comps now, then I think you have a chance for a come up.
I don't own a Gold Star Rayquaza, so all things being equal, owning that in something like a 7 or an 8 would be
Yeah. Well, again, if money isn't an object, I think the Ray in this case, I wouldn't buy just because it's already gone to the moon. Like an 8, people want like $50,000 or $60,000 for it.
Wow.
That's, for context, that's twice as expensive as a first edition Shadowless Base Charizard in an 8.
Jeez. Yeah. Only Grails trading. Will we be at Charlotte Collecticon?
Yes.
I will not be. Carl, when will I vend a show in Salt Lake City? I would never say never. We try to be really traveling for shows is really fun but exhausting if you do it back to back. And we sort of tested that out in June. We did a lot of shows in June. We're actually doing no shows in July. So I'm experimenting a little bit with what it feels like in my business to travel a lot versus travel not at all. And Salt Lake City would be cool. We would go out there. It's a short flight for us. Top 3 undervalued Gold Stars. Do we want to look at this list again to remind us? Top 3 undervalued. Undervalued.
Again, Latios, probably Mewtwo, and I'm going to say Suicune. I know that it's printed or
Yeah.
whatever, robbed, stolen, but I think Suicune should be more expensive.
I was gonna say Alakazam, Latias. Yeah, maybe Mewtwo's the right third choice there. I get what you're saying with Suicune. Yeah, the lore makes it hard for me, man. Steve, Nostalgic Steve, what's up, man? Minnesota Zone. Are the all-time high sales recently officially setting a new floor for vintage grails? Do you see the prices ever going in half?
In the words of our wise friend Dan, Catch 'em All Collectibles, I see them doubling again before they get cut in half. So I think new floor is for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, half is pretty wild with the number of eyeballs that are on these cards now. I don't know how it would happen. It would have to be something more existential than just, people moving attention to some other card.
Yeah. Yeah, half would probably at this point require like an exodus from the hobby somehow.
Yeah.
The attention just goes somewhere else for the kinds of people who can afford this stuff. It's very easy for stuff like this to go down 20 or 30% because they trade such thinly traded stuff. Like we saw a lot of that over the last few months where certain vintage 10s comped at an all-time high of 60, and then the next sale a few weeks later was 45 or whatever. It's like, did you lose 45K, or is it just, are we essentially in price discovery on some of those items? Like it's easy to lose 25%, but I think 50 is hard to imagine on these cards. Amazing Guy 20. I think it's a two-part chat here. I'm about 5K invested over the last 2 years. Been watching both of you since the start of your YouTube journeys. Thanks for that. That's cool. I honestly have a special place in my heart for the people that have been around since early and like stuck through the evolution of me and the way that I interact with the hobby. Those are day ones. Almost gone in the same time as Oyama, but the 5K is currently sitting at over 40K. I want to know your thoughts. Thinking about buying a rental property, but man, it will be hard to sell these cards that I love. Your input is greatly appreciated. You might be asking the wrong guys. I hate the idea of owning a rental property. And I love the idea of owning $40,000 of Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think it comes down to what I think I can be more productive with. And I personally am in the business of Pokemon cards. So my answer is easy for me. But if you're someone who, knows quite a bit about real estate and you think you can do well on that, then maybe that's the move.
The Amazing Guy 20, if we had a lot of time to go back and forth about your personal situation, I'm not a personal financial advisor, but I would have a lot more questions about what the rest of your financial situation looks like to make that determination. Like if this is 100% of your free flowing capital and you have no emergency fund, then there's a hierarchy of things I might prioritize before cards or a rental property. But it's cool that you picked some things that have gone up that much. It's awesome.
It is.
Do you then see a pullback with the Ray Gold Star? That is probably in following up on what we were saying about it's more likely to double than half, but it's pretty easy for these sorts of things to do 20% less. If there were another Ray Gold Star 10 at auction in very similar cert or condition, I could see it could go down a tiny bit, very feasibly. I mean,
I think specifically the lower grades, from 5 through 9, I think are overvalued right now. They're being overbought right now. And people, again, my take is for like the next 12 months. My take right now is that 12 months from now, you'll be able to buy a Gold Star Rayquaza 9 for less than you can today. but that could be totally wrong. That's just my feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
People are buying and selling that card for like $120,000, $130,000, which, like, for me, it doesn't make any sense based on the multiple that 9s usually are away from 10s. Like the Torchic, for example, what's in a 9 is like, I think 20 or maybe 30,000, I think, with a 10 being over $1 million. Like, we're talking about huge multiples for 10s on these grails.
Yeah.
Except for the Rayquaza. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. You were thinking about offloading 20K to me. You're a business owner and you do well in the Valley. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if you make no pressure, but I'd be happy to take a look at it, of course. Make the process easy. Gujie, is eBay sold the most acceptable data source for sealed product prices?
It depends on what it is. I mean, if we're talking about modern stuff, then TCG Player is just as good.
Yep. SCJ827. Which Mon would John Strickland be?
He's Primeape, of course. Literally just crazed.
I was thinking about like what, Timber or one of those guys, Conkelder.
Yeah, he's Sock.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think he's Primeape, like from the anime, just like literally just, loose cannon.
Yeah, yeah. Do we think PSA, I assume PSA 10, Phantasmal Zard is a good buy right now? It's softened a lot in price, right?
I think it's an okay buy. It seems like there's a good chance that it's going to be flat, if not continuing to trend down for a while. That card is already pop, I think, like 26,000. Someone correct me, but it's hugely common in a 10.
I'm looking it up. That's a lot. And I would imagine there are yet more at PSA currently.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Like, there has to be. The Phantasmal's like pretty readily available, and it's the one hit. Okay, hang on. PSA 10 pop is 21,000. Looks like.
Okay. All right. So it's over 20.
Can we explain pop for someone who doesn't understand and is new to the hobby? Pop stands for population. People are pretty much always, when they say this, talking about the number of cards in that grade that exist. So like low pop might mean that there's less than 200 of that card in that grade. So when we're talking about 20,000, that's a lot. Horrible buy wait for PSA backlog. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I'm personally not. If I had $2,000 to spend on a single slab, I don't think a lot of these like volatile super modern ones are making the top of my list right now. But if you like the card, buy the card.
Yeah, if we're talking about for your collection,
yeah. Like, sort of, who cares?
Wind Waker out here being so generous. Thank you, my friend. You have earned 3 or 4 sassy remarks that I am not allowed to retort.
Wind Waker, we missed you in the chat today. Hope you catch the replay. JT, so JT was over the other day because we did a stream on Monday, and we were eating some rice bowls afterwards, and we were like, there's never been a rice bowl Pokemon. Like, there's not a rice themed Pokemon. And we felt like that's like they could totally make a rice themed Pokemon, kind of like a Poltergeist or a Sinistra kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like a haunted rice bowl. And we were having a hard time coming up with a good name for a rice Pokemon. And so JT is putting in Donbun or Bo Rice. Those are both pretty good.
Bo Rice.
Donbun is like it's kind of a deep cut, right? Because it's Donburi. It's like it's a Japanese word. That would be like the Japanese name, and Bo Rice maybe would be the English name. Yeah, it's a tough one. Let's see what the chat thinks. Is there a ramen themed Pokemon? I don't think so. All right, chat. Are we slowing down on questions here? I think I've gotten to like all of them. So what happened?
Someone asked a couple times about Front Row Salt Lake.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was tough because it was the same weekend as 4th of July. And, it was a smaller venue and everything because it was the first time in the city, but it was good. It felt like a local show though to me. So yeah, I was going to say, let's get into our elite forecast, and then we'll get out of here.
Call it a night. Okay. Based on the sparse notes we've both given, we're doing a similar theme here. So I'll start. I am elite forecasting the 30th anniversary UPC is not a $780 product. I think they're going to print it into oblivion. Unlike the UPC from the 25th anniversary, I think this should be not long after the release, maybe a $420 to $450 box.
All right. I like that. I agree. I think it's going to be in the 400s. My take is that there will be sales, most likely near release, for single packs of the classic collection packs, the ones that are like one per UPC, for over $100 just for the pack.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of room to be wrong on that if that pack comes in a lot of other products.
Totally true. Based on what we know now, if it's one per UPC and that's how you get it, I think people are going to be buying it for $100.
Yeah, the math on the UPC, let's say the UPC is like, and let's just say it's $500 secondary market, then the 29 additional packs in there would have to be like 10 or $15 a pack.
Yeah.
That's Celebrations was that not that long after the 25th anniversary, right? They were like an $8 to $12 pack for a decent while, like only a year or two after.
Yep.
So I could see that if that is the only way to get that pack, it'll be like getting a promo out of a UPC where like that pack will be a $100 thing, just like the Mew and Mewtwo, like Mew promo from the 151 UPC is like.
Yeah, and as maybe like lame as this sounds, like it's a rip and shipper's like dream, this kind of product, because like they'll sell a UPC, they'll open all 29 of the regular packs, and there'll be all this hype building up towards the single classic collection pack. Like it's just like easy content,
Yeah. I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, this all comes. If it is the only way, if it is the only way. I mean, Alex saying the classic collection pack is going to be worth like 8 normal packs. If this is the only way to get the classic collection pack, it's going to be worth 29 of the normal or something. Or something. It's going to be worth like 15 of them. Yeah, maybe 8. We don't know. It really comes down to whether that product is available in other form factors or if they're really making a chase pack a thing.
Yeah, the long and the short of it for this set, and I don't like to incite hype, but like this is the first set in a long time that I've been like legitimately excited to open in mass for myself at whatever cost it incurs for me to get it. Like I want to open many hundreds of this set, and what I want to do is I like just any of the boxes or whatever that come to my table, I want to buy them up and stash them and then do like an enormous gratuitous opening party on Christmas Day.
I like the vision.
Yeah.
My wife and I opened a lot of Celebrations when we came back into the hobby, so I get the fun of that. And this looks like it is on a completely.
It's going to make Celebrations look like a baby set for babies.
Yeah, it might, dude. It might. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see the high res copies of those cards. There's a lot of stuff in there that I like.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay, good elite forecast.
Yes,
30th anniversary themed.
Hey, thank you guys for rocking with us. We had a great time talking about the Gold Stars. Lots of good ideas about future tier lists that we will do, and we will do them because we are Poke-brained. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Between now and then, I have Collecticon Minneapolis and Card Party in what's that, like Miami, Fort Lauderdale. What about you, Ricky? What do you got going on?
We are doing on Monday at 4:00 Pacific on YouTube a mid-era live stream, which I'm defining as 2004 to 2016, including all the way to late mid-era.
Yes.
So we have what I think will come out to 200 singles from this era, like 50 reverse stamped Delta species Holland Phantoms, Legend Maker, that era. So it's gonna be really fun. We had a predictably smaller but still really pleasant modern stream on Monday this week, and we're doing a mid-era themed one next week. So come join us for that if that's your thing. Again, we're doing streams and story sales instead of shows this month as an experiment. So it's my next show's not for another month.
Love it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
That was fun. Thanks for hanging, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Y'all.